all jokes aside, you know how niggas be like, I'm this and that for life, this and that for life. I'm on West for life, nigga, this a blood oath. Hey, yo, Madara, here go a class for you, my nigga. 140 for the rebel. The world turned its back on me. I'm a cripple. We got soldiers, he got soldiers, but I got different ones. Ain't no way out, I tell you once. Don't pray for nothing, sin and curse. We can't forgive what's forbidden. Remain in them trenches. Trust in the Lord, but please forgive me for the times that I didn't. If rank is given, have your respect to your apprentice. Be about your business. This loyalty's a death sentence. Look, trying to pick up with a blind field. They said there'll be many mansions. I'm just grinding for my time share. Them devils ain't playing fair. They hunt you like Van Pelt, but ain't no getting out the game like Jumanji. You take that oath, it's a Dundee. Try to deal death to a priest, you won't make it out in one piece. So you can stand, just make sure you got the heart. Say your name 3 times, then it's death do us part. No. So how you feel about this truth I done shown you? This ain't the life you think, little nigga, I should want. Even your own people go disown. And the Lord said they hate you for my name, so you better keep it on. Ain't no more guessing, ain't no more questions. Make sure my election till I'm tucked away like George Jetson. Murder for capital, now it's murder at the Capitol. The world in amazement, we like fuck 'em, raise it, raise it. I pity those watching life as it go by. Be giving mercy in this life, I don't know why. In pub smoke, never try to. The dead at home, my brother be the dead, it's all I don't. Either fold or salute, my nigga. Salute, my nigga. They like, how you stay focused? I told them I'm motivated cause of you, my nigga. Brotherhoods and weapons, still got weapons on the scene. And I never do my niggas like Bishop did Raheem. Never mind in all beliefs, they under anesthesia. Shorty say she need me, said she wanna let that love go. Told I let that love grow. But if I bring you to my bed, that's a blood oath. Know what it is, man. So, how you feel about this truth I done shown you? This ain't the life you think, little nigga, I should want. Even your own people gon' disown. And the Lord said they hate you for my name, so you better keep it on. Yeah, yeah.
Hey, I'm just following orders. Let me get one of those slow motion pictures, bro. One of the slow motion pictures.
You gotta shoot at 60 frames per second.
Come on,
They say they wanna hear that raw shit. These niggas claiming that they bullshit. These niggas better move and coach shit. As if they make the wrong move and coach shit. You see me, they like, ooh, keep on stopping. I'm on my way up and they ain't gon' stop it. They say they wanna hear that raw shit. Coming up, I'm about to bullshit. They see me, they like, ooh, keep on stopping. I'm on my body, real niggas right beside me. Damn right, I brought my army, going up like a rocket, and can't nobody stop me. These niggas garbage, so watch your mouth, boy. Coming all black, slithering house, call me mouth, boy. I'm off the hip like a cowboy. I'm a king, you should bow, boy. Shorty like that, man, you cut up. Nothing I can handle. 144 in the booth, going Rambo. Niggas do you dirty like a stick in a bando. That's why I play the corner like a bum with a banjo. I'ma lead by example. Ooh, keep on stopping, got this bitch off the hand. Got the juice, got the drip, about to hit the bitch with the salt. It ain't rap, this is salt. Can't taste a bitch unless you with the coke. They say they wanna hear that raw shit. These niggas claiming that they bullshit. These niggas better move and coach shit. As if they make the wrong move and coach shit. Hey, one way, one way, one way, one way, one way. Coming up on my
I do it how a veteran be. You better than me. I'm Reggie at the edge of the key. It's all money, no honey. Think you settle and see. You locked up, fucked up, and it's back to the streets. It's one West. You can check the residency. I reside with soldiers
feeling like a legend in this shit. Lil nigga, I'm past veteran. Never feeling third, lil nigga, I'm past second. Guns, I gotta have them all like Ash Ketchum. Shotty break a nigga ribs up like his wife left him. We all steppin', kill you with kindness cause I'm dead nice. That 5'7" put you 6 feet, not talking height. That judge giving out 5, but you doing life. These hands are rude GPS, a mean right. That's mean right, we build different, you know the vibes. And we something authentic, we notarized. I keep a 144 because I know a cod. Noah's Ark, you know I'm with animals when we flowin' by. We back again, no cap, when I'm with Cap again. Yeah, they say they want smoke until we matching them. Everything righteous, so you know when we get back at them, you get hit up with a K, but no acronym.
They say they wanna hear that raw shit. These niggas claiming that they boss shit. These niggas better move and coach shit. Cause if they make the wrong move and coach shit. See me, they like, ooh, keep on shopping. I'm on my way up and they ain't gon' stop it. They say they wanna hear that raw shit. Coming up, I'm about to boss shit.
According to God, the white man is the devil.
You see, I've been in here for a little minute. You know what I'm saying? And I see niggas, they like to talk a lot. They like to claim leadership. They like to claim this and that. You know what I'm saying? They like to be above what they really is and have authority. But they don't really need that authority. They don't really know what to do with that leadership. You understand? You hold hands with this white ass, need to stop it, ass shit. Give a damn what you talk about. Don't give a fuck what you believe, nigga. Gotta stand up and serve my God. We don't pray on our knees, nigga. Yeah. See, everybody ain't with all that peace talk. Everybody ain't with all that. Let bygone be. Boy, ass shit, stop it, ass shit. The prophets. It's about to get serious. When they hit us with dope and kill us with crack, where the fuck with your leaders? I'm curious. He cashed out on your blood, traded you in and bought a new biz. Ask you the prophets, I tell you the scheme. If you don't wake up, you gon' die in your dreams. I tell you once, won't tell you no more. I swear these crackers try to kill us slow. Just spoke to a nigga and fed he up for parole. Because of the COVID, it feel like the host in this world that don't go together. Know it's gold in the ghetto. I'm in the city blazing with my niggas. Just told the devil the score never settled. Yeah, see the prophets. I'm tired of these niggas keep talking about, you know, you respect my religion, I respect your religion. Boy, your ass need to stop it, ass see the prophets. You know, like we all come together. Cause you know what they say God so loved the world. God so loved the world and know your ass need to stop it, ass see the prophets. Don't give a damn what you talk about. Don't give a fuck what you believe, nigga. Gotta stand up and serve my God. We don't pray on our knees, nigga. Yeah. Hey, gentlemen, y'all, we don't pray on our knees, nigga. Gotta stand up. You know what I'm saying? Boy, your ass need to stop it, ass shit. Oh, I'm with step, I'm solid for show. To the fake niggas, stay silent, I got it, let's go. Let's go. I ain't taking no loss, ain't no talking when we got the flow. Ain't no peace, just pay with your own. I'ma be loyal to the right arm. Tell him we can't keep me slate. And I can never let bygone be bygone. Got your baby mother on high, got your baby pass through the fire. Ain't she the prophets? That baby so belong to the Lord. How dare you abort it? Devil will fail you, bitch, I can afford it. I prepare slaughter, you bring me my water. Push your leaders weak, let them lies slip through their teeth. Their ass need to stop it, ass see the prophets.
That's just the reality, Christians. I'm sorry to hurt your feelings. I know your pastor lied to you every Sunday for 30 years, but that's what the church is for, lying. That's why they exist, to lie the money out of your pockets.
Boy, your ass need to stop it, ass see the prophets. Give a damn what you talk about. Don't give a fuck what you believe, nigga. Gotta stand up and serve my God. We don't pray on our knees, nigga. We don't pray on our knees, nigga. Gotta stand up and serve my God. We don't pray on our knees, nigga. ISUPK presents Ask Ye the Prophets Weekly Podcast. Every race in the movie.
We are not the trusted. We are not the trusted oppressor, and we are not the trusted other.
Send in your questions to AskYeTheProphets@gmail.com or Ask Ye the Prophets on Facebook.
and your questions will be answered live every Wednesday, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Shalom.
He's speaking of his own. What's that whole Ten Commandments? The white man made himself be the Egyptians and the Israelites. And the Persians. Every race in the movie. Yeah. Shalom, Israel. Yahweh Shem Yahshua Barakathum, Yahweh Shemar Thumb Shem Yahushua. I am priest and officer 1000 Yadai. I'm covering the show this week, Ashley the Prophets, for 12 Shield General Mayaka Allah. I got my main man, my right-hand man, my brother from another mother, Ibad Hayah, priest and officer. Today we're going to go over John Gruden. Cancel culture with Dave Chappelle. Going to touch on some questions that I was asked on Clubhouse. And we're going to go on about the COVID-19 and how it affected Russia. But first, I just got to go into John Gruden. Now, black man, Latino man, First Nation man, and woman, we should not be surprised at John Gruden's actions and these emails, because we have to understand that all of those oppressors in the NFL and in the NBA and in the MLB, they share the same sentiment and thoughts as Gruden. So when I saw these emails and what he said, it was not a shocker to me, Ibad Hayat, but it was a shocker to Jake and the world, because our people just love John Gruden. For some reason, I know a lot of y'all may not watch football, but I'm an avid football watcher. I know some of y'all is. You know, John Gruden was Mr. Spider 2, why banana? All Jakes love John Gruden. They love this ferocity. They love, the Oakland Raiders. But it just does not come to a surprise. And if I may, black man, Latino man, First Nation man, and woman, this is why we have to separate from America and their wicked society.
That's right.
And my question is, why should the NFL and the NBA be the only option? Why should it be the only option? Now, sports ain't unlawful. You can play sports, but the problem is, where is our league? Where is the black NFL? Where is the black NBA? Right. What happened to the Negro League? How come we can't have our own leagues where we can entertain ourselves and sustain, the money and income we get from that to bring it into our communities? I'll tell you why. Because we want to go and do what the oppressor does. It is no different, and we're going to correlate that to how it was in ancient Rome. But first, can you read this article first? Can you read the title?
This is from CBSSports.com.
Mm-hmm.
John Gruden resigns as Raiders coach after more leaked emails reveal homophobic, misogynistic language.
Now, here's the thing, too. What made them fire John Gruden, what made Al Davis go to his home and ask him to resign, was not the comments that he made about DeMaurice Smith's lips. That's not the comment that got him, to be fired and to force them to make him resign. That wasn't the issue. Read it. What? The homophobic?
The homophobic, misogynistic language.
That's what got him in trouble, which goes to show you, black man, Latino man, and woman. You know what I mean? The issue is this. He didn't get let go because of what he was saying about those black and Latino players that he's been coaching for years. And this language that he's used, this ain't the first time that he's used this. You better believe it. There's more emails out there. They got thousands upon thousands. But because he called, the commissioner, Roger Goodell, the F word, the dreaded F word, and said that they forced him, to draft that sodomite, Michael Sam, that is what got him out, but not the comments that he made towards our brother DeMaurice Smith. And, you got that brother Keyshawn Johnson who played for him, who always spoke out against Gruden, but nobody wanted to listen because he was just America's favorite coach. Everybody wanted to be like John Gruden. Everybody had the Raiders poster. Everybody was talking about Spider 2, why banana. But it goes to show you, they can call us and say whatever the hell they want about us behind closed doors and then smile in our face. Can I get Ecclesiastes 12 and verse 10, Bubba Kwashai Badhaya? Because here's the real issue. The fact is, because he was talking about the sodomites and the LGBTQP, they got a player in their team a devil named Carl Nassib, right? Carl Nasby, who's a sodomite, an openly gay white man in the NFL.
And here's the thing. He said that he was so astonished by what John Gruden said that he needed days to process, and he don't think he could forgive him. But you got black players like Israelite players like Josh Jacobs, who came out and said, well, we have to forgive him. It was a long time ago. Nigga, how foolish can you be? And it goes to show you that the mark of the beast like Bahaya is truly Christianity. Because even today, some of our people still want to make excuses for him, but there's no excuse for it. Because these oppressors do not give a damn about us. And it goes to show you they can say whatever the hell they want to say about us. DeMaurice Smith, that brother was the head of the NFL's Player Association. And, John Gruden and other coaches and owners do not like this brother because he's trying to fight and get certain rights and benefits for these brothers for after they retire, after they get all type of brain injuries, all type of concussions. You can forget about all the different medical issues that they'll have playing that dreadful sport, man, which goes to show you that these devils don't give a damn about us, that as long as we're just dancing and singing and playing sports and entertaining them, it's okay. But as soon as you bring up something about the rainbow community, that's what gets you in trouble. Because Al Davis Jr., I'm not sure if it was in the article, but Al Davis Jr., who is the owner of the Raiders, who's John Gruden's best friend, right? He had these emails. He was aware about them. He knew what Gruden said, especially about what he said about DeMaurice Smith, the brother. He thought everything was going to pass over, that everything was just going to be all right over the weekend. Just give it a few days. But as soon as it came out that he made misogynistic comments, that he made homophobic comments, he has to go. Right. Which goes to show you can just say whatever the hell you want about the Lord's chosen people. This is why, man, I say Barakatah Yahweh Yahweh for Commander General Yohanan in the Israelite School of UPK. Because we've been saying since 1969 that we have to separate. You can play sports, but let's have our own leagues, black man, Latino man, and woman. Kyrie Irving, and I'm going to touch on him in a minute, said the same thing. He said, how about we get our own leagues? How about we go and establish, our own football and basketball leagues where we ain't got to worry about the oppressor. And everybody was looking at that brother like he was crazy. Brother is a little off. Well, we're going to get into that. And another thing, too, which is heavy to touch on the Gruden situation, they were willing to give him a second chance. They were going to let the racist comments blow over. But what about our brother Colin Kaepernick, who still does not have a job till this day? Don't get me wrong, Kaepernick not in the truth, but at least that brother stood up and he lost something. He lost something. He lost his career, taking that knee. Standing up, for racial injustice against blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians, man. And the thing is, we have to understand, they ostracized that brother. But meanwhile, John Gruden will get another job, He'll get another job. Right. He'll be back on the radio. He'll be back working with ESPN. As a matter of fact, he was with ESPN when he made these comments. But the problem is we have to stop looking at these oppressors like they're our friends. Men like John Gruden, men like the Washington football team's owner, formerly the Washington Redskins. I'm still surprised that the oppressor changed the name for that derogatory name and offensive name, disrespecting our brothers and sisters of the tribe of Gad, and other sports teams do it. The thing is, though, they smile in our faces every day. You sitting up there smiling in our black and Latino brothers' faces, man, in them locker rooms and out there in that field. But deep down, they hate us. And that's what our people have to understand, that it ain't just Gruden. It's not just him. He's the one that got caught. And there's thousands of other emails. And this translates more and more, not just to just football, black man, Latino man, and woman. This is your oppressor at the job as well.
Right.
You think that oppressor at the job is really your friend. Some of y'all really think that, some of y'all think Susan and Becky are upright people, that they're all right. That, you know what, that Tim's a real kind of swell type of guy I buy. Amber bought me lunch the other day. They don't give a damn about us. They hate us. And if they were given the opportunity, read what you got, I buy.
Khan. This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 12 and verse 10. Mm-hmm. Never trust thine enemy.
Read it again.
Never trust thine enemy.
Never trust thy enemy. Why you're putting your trust in your enemy is beyond me, black man, Latino man, and woman. It's beyond me, because they really don't give two iotas about us, black man, Latino man, and woman, and they show it. Never trust thy enemy. The problem is, though, we put more trust and faith in the oppressor and in our enemies than we do each other. and more importantly, into our power, our God. That's the problem. You trust the oppressor. You really believe that he's he's your friend. And I got to say it to you, black man, Latino man, and woman. I know I say it all the time, but I need you to understand what I'm about to say to you. You're not free, white, and 21. You're not.
Right.
You're not on the oppressor's level. You're not. We are above the oppressor. We are above these other nations. And what the Most High is telling us, man, never trust thy enemy. You look like a fool trusting the oppressor, trusting your enemy, thinking he really got your best interest at heart. You really believe that when he smiles in your face after that football game because you went out there and got an interception, you done ran the interception back for a touchdown, you done got 3 sacks, you won MVP, that he really believes that you're his buddy, that you're best of friends. That's not true, black man, Latino man, and woman. Never trust thy enemy, because read on.
For like as iron rusted.
Now, iron eventually rust. Iron will rust eventually. Read on. That's inevitable. Read on.
So is his wickedness.
So is his what?
Wickedness.
So is his wickedness. So is his wickedness, man. Meaning you cannot trust the oppressor, because for as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Meaning the oppressor is just wicked by nature. Right. Drop down to verse 16. Here's the thing, too. A lot of our people don't want to accept it. They don't. You're right. You're right, about Judah. You're right. The oppressor is skillful at smoke and mirrors. He is damn sure skillful at that, man. Get out of hand. He is. Because the problem is what our people don't understand about the oppressor. And it speaks about this in Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, you know what I mean, in the 48th verse down to 50, is that the oppressor, you know what I mean, has a real fierce countenance to him. You know what I mean? He could sit there and smile in your face, but he could be planning your demise at the same time. But we don't know, because all we see is his smiling face. We don't really see the intention behind it. So when they come out there and you read these emails and you find out that he's calling blacks and Latinos spics and niggers, and when you find out that he really doesn't give a damn about us, you turn into Josh Jacobs. You got so much love for the oppressor that you say, oh, we just had to forgive him. When you got another devil who is a homosexual sodomite and Carl Naspy, who is so into that LGBTQP community, he can't even forgive John Gruden for that. But here we go. Here we come. Here we come as the good old slave I bought, how y'all always ready to forgive master, to forgive the oppressor. The hell with that, man.
Right.
Read verse 16.
This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 12 and verse 16.
Mm-hmm.
An enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips.
An enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips. Now, a lot of us slave, right? We go to elevator plantations. Now, understand this. Your oppressor may say, well, you know, Jameer, you're doing such a great job. You know what I mean? I want to give you a bonus. I want to buy you a breakfast. You know, keep up the good job, buddy. Sisters, y'all go through real hell at the slavery because the oppressor be damn near molesting y'all at the slavery and sexually harassing y'all 24/7. It happens to brothers too. But that enemy will speak sweetly with his lips, where you'll really believe, well, you know, Carl's not a bad guy. There's nothing wrong with Adam. Tim is just the sweetest old oppressor. He wouldn't hurt nobody. But an oppressor speaketh sweetly with his lips. That's John Gruden. He's sitting up there in the coaches' meetings, you know what I mean, and with them emails, talking all type of garbage about blacks and Latino players. And you can't have the NFL without us. You can't have the NBA without our people. That's another thing. Like, can you imagine? Just imagine for 1 second, Israel. I need y'all to understand this. Could you imagine if you turned on the TV, right, and had to watch white men play basketball? Goddamn, that'd be rough. It'd be funny, but at the same time, it'd be entertaining for the wrong reason. And America don't want to go for that. That's why it's important for us to understand, man, this enemy is going to speak sweetly with his lips. Gruden was telling those players, oh, you're doing a good job. You know what I mean? You're working for that bonus. Keep it up. But in them emails, these niggers, that nigger DeMaurice Smith, you know what I mean? His lips is as big as an antelope. Come on now, black man, Latino man, and woman. That's their real thoughts. But the scriptures say they'll speak sweetly with their lips. Read on.
But in his heart,
meaning in his mind. This right here, your heart, all this does is pump blood. Your heart is your mind. Read on.
He imagineth how to throw thee into a pit.
He imagineth how to throw thee into a pit. So when you think at your slavery, because it doesn't just translate to the NFL. It doesn't just translate to that. Some of you got, you know what I mean, devils in the world that you may have been cool with, that you may have grew up with, and they may be, you know what I mean? All right, I understand. But even them too, all of them got some Hitler and John Gruden in them. You better believe it. You must not have seen it yet, because they're the devil that the Bible speaks of. They'll sit there and speak sweetly with their lips to you, but in their mind, they cannot wait to throw you in that pit. They thinking about ways to kill you.
Right.
And if you look at, and what other examples can we use? Dylan Roof. Dylan Roof went into that church. That wasn't his first day in church, I buy. That wasn't his first day. Dylan Roof was going to that Black and Hispanic church down there in Charleston, South Carolina. He was in there, oh, hallelujah, thank you, Jesus. You know what I mean? Had his hands up. And then one day he was like, all right, now's the day. Now's the day I'm going to kill these niggas. And that's what he did. And they made excuses for him. An enemy speaks sweetly with his lips, but read again.
But in his heart he imagineth how to throw thee into a pit.
That was Dylan Roof. He imagined how to throw thee in a pit. Now you surprised that he comes up in there into that church and murders and does what God knows what to everybody else that may have survived. Goes to show you, man, just how evil the oppressor is. It should not be shocking at all. What is shocking to me is that our people still don't understand and still don't get it. They were going to give this devil a pass, but you got our brother, Colin Kaepernick, because he stood up for our people, you know what I mean, and took that stand. And did anybody else ride for him? No. Other brothers started kneeling for a little bit, but once they started to lose that money and got threatened to lose their job, they got back in line. And that's what makes the situation so terrible. Because when you look at this story, you know what I mean, for like from a different perspective, or with the glass half full, you'll think he got fired for the racist comments, but it wasn't that. It was the misogynistic comments and the homophobic comments. Right. Meaning this: if you are Black or Hispanic or Native American Indian playing in the NFL and playing in the NBA, I just don't understand it. I understand that our people love sports, but it's no different than what things were back before time. And I'm going to show you. The problem is, though, that you have our people, you have Uncle Toms of our people, right, that went to the oppressor and said, hey, let's go and play in the NFL. I want to play for the Philadelphia Eagles. I want to play for the Chicago Bears. I want to play for the Green Bay Packers. When there was a time, right, where we had our own Negro leagues, there was a time where Black and Latino men were able to play in their own basketball and football leagues. But you had a group of our people that said, no, I want to go get a piece of the pie what the oppressor has. Well, you could thank Martin Luther King for that. You could thank the civil rights movement for that. It's no different than wanting to do what the oppressor did back during the time of the Greco-Roman Empire. Right. Because it's no different than the Colosseum. And I'm going to show you in the scriptures. Give me First Maccabees, right? And I want you to start at verse 11. Because the problem is, it's a lot deeper than that. It's a lot deeper. It's a shame of what Gruden said about that brother, DeMaurice Smith, man. But even so, you still had a lot of other devils that came out and said, well, we can't really fully condemn him. Maybe he can be forgiven. And that's the problem. Our people are so loving and forgiving. You want to forgive the oppressor and all of these different heathens for all of their crimes, but you don't know how to forgive your own brother and your own sister that you see every day. That's the issue. And those type of people we have to watch. We got to watch those type of people among us, man, because they will sell us out. Right. They'll sell us out. It is a shame that we have to wake up, you know what I mean, and see like the oppression that our brothers and sisters go through in these sports leagues. I understand that they make millions upon millions of dollars, but at what cost? At what cost? That you got to go and literally, even the entire scouting process, like the combine. I know some of you know about the NFL combine. It's the fact that they bring our brothers in, strip them down to their draws and have them run, have them catch, throw the ball, and you got the oppressor sitting there with their notepads like, oh, he's a fine specimen. He ran a 4.3. He did that. You know what vibes that gives me? That gives me the auction block vibes. Because it's no different. They used to do the same thing when examining us, you know what I mean? When they would put us, you know what I mean, and sell us into slavery and force us into fight in the Coliseum. And guess
Right.
what? The problem is you got Uncle Tom Negroes that went along with this, that went along and was down for it as long as they could be under their white daddy. And that's the reason why a lot of our people don't want to separate. That's why they don't, and they don't realize the power that they have. Could you imagine if LeBron James said, you know, the hell with the NBA, I'm not going to play? Anthony Davis, Russell Westbrook, Kevin Durant. Can you imagine if everybody said, we're not going to play in the NBA no more? Let's go start our own league. Can you imagine if Patrick Mahomes, Deshaun Watson, and Russell Wilson, and DK Metcalf, and Justin Jefferson? Can you imagine if all these brothers said, you know what, the hell with the NFL, let's go start our own league. Let's go bring this revenue into our own communities. The ghetto would be a paradise.
Right.
It starts with separation. But they're not going to do that because you want to be under the oppressor. And it's no different than what happened during the time of the Greeks and the Romans. Now, let me get First Maccabees 1 and verse 11.
This is the book of First Maccabees, chapter 1 and verse 11.
Mm-hmm.
In those days went there out of Israel wicked men.
Now, out of those days, right, there went out of Israel wicked men. There were wicked men, you know what I mean? And a lot of those wicked men around that time are the same ones today, your church leaders, your politicians, you know what I mean, your modern day crooks who sell our people out for money and whore themselves out to the oppressor. Read on.
Who persuaded many, saying, let us go and make a covenant with the heathen.
Let us go and make a covenant with the heathen. I was on Clubhouse just the other day, right, with Officer, big shout out to Officer of 1,000 bars over car, Officer of 500, you know what I mean, the car. We was on Clubhouse in this room, and his sister had an interesting title. You know what I mean? And it said, "The hell with MLK." And I agreed with her. And a lot of our people really have a lot of love for Martin Luther King, Michael Luther King, because that's his real name. His name was changed to Martin Luther after that devil evangelical. His father changed his name so they could be like him. The thing is, what Martin Luther King did is the same thing, you know what I mean, what your modern day leaders today do and your politicians. They sell themselves out. They say, let's go and make a covenant with the heathen, saying, hey, the hell with the ABA and the Negro League. Let's go play in the MLB. Let's go play in the NFL. Let's go do this. Let's go be under coaches like John Gruden. Here's the thing, like to go back to it. The problem is it's a lot deeper, and they keep saying, well, you know, we don't have enough black coaches. We don't have enough black owners. You want to know why? Because we gave that up so we can go make a covenant with the heathen. We wouldn't have to worry about this if we had our own leagues. We wouldn't have to worry about this if strong black and Latino men said, you know what, the hell with the oppressor. If we're going to play sports, let's do it on our terms. But the problem is it's not fun unless you're doing it with the oppressor. And I don't understand, you know what I mean, seeking that glory and validation. It's no different. Even when you look at those Hall of Fame busts, they're no different, you know what I mean, to the baristas during the time of the Roman Empire and the Greco-Greek Empire, where they would have us fight as gladiators and they would have our bust and immortalize our people, you know, by having us slay and murder each other in those arenas and fighting animals for their entertainment because they read about Daniel the Lion's Den. They read about Samson and they wanted to see, well, hey, I want to see this in person, not realizing today, black man, Latino man, and woman, we're just modern day slaves and don't know it. That's why the scriptures say in Jeremiah, is Israel a servant? Is he a homeborn slave? Now read on.
That are round about us. For since we departed from them, we have had much sorrow.
We have had much sorrow. Much sorrow as blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians. And here's the thing, too, like our people, I've heard brothers say it, you know what I mean, and say, well, we can't really stop. We can't really, you know, get down with Kaepernick and take that knee. We're going to have sorrow. We're going to be going through it. You know, the money is going to stop flowing in. That's why I have respect for Colin Kaepernick, because at least that brother lost something for his people that he was willing to sacrifice. Now all that brother got to do is come into the UBK and put on his all black. Now you got to boot up and shut up. You know what I mean? Because we got to understand, man. And you're right, brother. They do. They give us trinkets and tokens and demoralize ourselves for their entertainment. That's all we do. It's all for their benefit. It's all for their entertainment. But here's the other option. The other option is, did you ever think about just suffering with your people? Did you ever think about just suffering for the Most High in Christ's sake?
Right.
Is that too hard to do? Is that too hard? Read on.
Karawakan. Verse 12.
Mm-hmm.
So this device pleased them well.
Mm-hmm. Now I wonder what this device that pleased them well is. Read on.
Verse 13. Then certain of the people were so forward herein
Mm-hmm.
that they went to the king, who gave them license to do after the ordinances of the heathen.
What is the like? What does that mean? Where it says that they were forward therein and they went to the king who gave them license to do the ordinances of the heathen, meaning they went, the wicked blacks and Hispanics of this time went to this heathen king and said, "Can we do the things that you do? Can we go out there and do your ordinances?" And you do that today. A lot of our people, and it goes a lot deeper than what our people don't understand. What is the license to do after the ordinance of the heathen? Everybody is going to get ready to celebrate Halloween. Everybody is going to celebrate Halloween this year. You tell your children at 363 days out of the year, right? Or 364. You tell them, don't talk to strangers. Don't go to a stranger's house. But on October 31st, you're going to send your child to a stranger's home for candy? Nigga, you stupid. And it goes to show you, man, you're doing the license after the ordinance of the heathen. You're celebrating their Halloween. You're going to celebrate their Thanksgiving, which is the mass genocide of our First Nation brothers and sisters. You're going to celebrate Christmas. You're going to celebrate your birthday. You want to vote. You want to be so a part of America in this wicked society that it's a shame. And it's no different than the situation that we was in Babylon, and that we was in the Persian and the Medes Empire, or when we was in the Assyrian Empire captivity, or when we was in the Roman captivity. It's the same thing, and the same rules apply. You want to be part of the oppressor in his society so bad that you will compromise our God who gave us law, statutes, and commandments, to compromise our king, you know what I mean, and go and do what the heathen do. Let me tell you something, black man, Latino man, and woman. If you're going to go out there and celebrate Thanksgiving, and if you're going to go out there and celebrate, you know what I mean, Halloween and Christmas, you are a traitor to the Most High.
That's right.
You are a traitor to your people, man. Read on.
Verse 14. Whereupon they built a place of exercise at Jerusalem.
What is that place of exercise at Jerusalem? What's that place of exercise? I'll tell you what that place of exercise is. That place of exercise is the Coliseum.
Right.
And there are many Coliseums today. You got the Wells Fargo Center here in Philadelphia. You know what I mean? Where you get to go see Ben Simmons not shoot the basketball. You get to go watch them sorry Eagles lose every week. You get to go watch, you know what I mean, the Phillies play. You get to go see the Nets and the Mets. You get to go see, you know what I mean, the Flyers. You get to go see the Blackhawks. You see the issue? See the problem, black man, Latino man, and woman? This was going on back then. That place of exercise is where blacks and Latinos go to go entertain the oppressor for their benefit and their entertainment. Where do you think the Olympics and all that comes from? It still goes on to this day.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like Amapia Judah said, man, they give us trinkets and tokens. But here's the thing. We demoralize ourselves for their entertainment.
Right.
That's why the scriptures say, is Israel a servant? Is he a homeborn slave? That place of exercise, you know what I mean, at Jerusalem, read on.
According to the customs of the heathen.
According to the customs of the heathen. Now you're wearing those tights. Now, you know, you're wearing them short basketball shorts they used to wear back in the 70s. Now you out there doing that for the oppressors' entertainment so you can have devils like Gruden call you a nigger. Back then, it was to your face. At least now they got the courtesy of doing it behind our backs. But the problem is, black man, Latino man, all of them feel like that.
Right.
Read on.
Verse 15. And made themselves uncircumcised.
And made themselves uncircumcised, meaning they said, the hell with the law, statutes, and commandments. I'm going to go eat this shrimp, crab, pork, and lobster. I'm going to go sleep with the oppressor's daughter. I'm going to go be a warrior gladiator for Batiaris and all of them, and Augustus and Caesar. I'm going to go be a warrior and an icon and superstar for them. instead of being that righteous man and woman that the Most High, Yahweh made us to be. You made yourself uncircumcised. Read on.
And forsook the holy covenant.
The holy covenant, man. The agreement that our God made with us. You said the hell with that. Now you in the Christian church. Now you in the Muslim mosque. Now you believing that God loves everybody. Now you believing that everybody can be saved. And now you're doing what the oppressor wants you to do. Read on.
And joined themselves to the heathen, and were sold to do mischief.
And joined themselves to the heathen. Now you're joined to the oppressor. Now you're doing what he wants you to do. The problem is, and here's the problem. We all watch sports. There's nothing wrong with, with watching, our brothers play basketball and football. But the sad thing is that our brothers and sisters, man, that do play, they don't even realize, that you're a modern day slave for the oppressor. We all are doing what the oppressor's bidding. He says, go out there and jump, and you say, how high? Everybody talks about, well, Michael Jordan made this, LeBron James made that, they did that. Do you know how much money these owners make off of our people? If LeBron made $1 billion, what the hell you think the owner made? What do you think David Blatt made? Come on, black man, Latino man, and woman. That's why it's important to separate. This is why the Lord told us, man. This is why God severed us from these other nations, black man, Latino man, and woman. Let me get that too. Let me get Leviticus 20 and 26. This is why the Most High separated our people. Because, and like we just read in First Maccabees, we forsook the holy covenant and we joined ourselves to the heathen. The Most High knew what he was doing when he severed us from these different nations. And that's why it's important to get back to that. And that's what we're doing in the Israelite School of UPK. Just to ask you on Clubhouse, what is the solution? How do we, find the solution to these issues? Because a lot of our people are genuine in their questions. And I understand. I love to get a chance to come on this show. I love the fact that General Mayak lets me come on this show and hold it down for him from time to time and answer these questions. The solution is not celebrating their holidays. The solution is not giving your money to them. You know how much money the oppressor is going to make off of Halloween and Thanksgiving and Christmas? That ad revenue is going to be on every NBA and NFL and MLB game. Could you imagine if we all just said, you know what, we're not going to go out Black Friday and buy a TV? And I'm going to go into that as well. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go into that tomorrow. Tune in tomorrow for the Thursday night history class in Philadelphia. I'm going to go into that in depth about what they used to do to our people on Black Friday. They used to sell us, man. We was the first. You think going out there, the sidebar, you think going out there buying a TV at half price is interesting. The oppressor would come out there after they murdered our First Nation brothers and sisters and buy niggas wholesale for half price. But I'm going to go into more in depth of that tomorrow. The thing is, we were severed from these heathens and separated for a good reason. The Most High knew what he was doing, because now look at how we're suffering. You think going out there and playing in the NBA, making that money is fine. But the problem is you don't realize that you are really the oppressor's puppet. You are really just a modern day gladiator. And when you die, there's going to be another one. Here's the thing. Everybody, and I get caught up in this too. Everybody talks about, Michael Jordan versus LeBron James. Let me explain something to you. When they die, there's going to be another brother and another brother after him that we are going to debate about, for the oppressor's benefit. And he's the one that made billions and trillions of dollars upon our people. Now it's the time to cut that out. The solution to what I was also elaborating on for the sister's question, it starts with us not celebrating their holidays. It starts with us understanding, man, that this notion that we have to be together, kumbaya, that we have to celebrate their Christmas and go broke and go out there and buy that turkey and that nasty cranberry sauce and go out there and dress our kids up as goons and goblins and make the oppressors millions of dollars upon every year. Now is the time to cut that garbage out. Now is the time to cut that out, black man, Latino man, and woman. Let me get Leviticus 20 and 26, and then I'm going to go on to the next story.
This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 20 and verse 26. And ye shall be holy unto
The
me.
Lord said, ye shall be holy unto me. This is one of my favorite scriptures. What does it mean to be holy? For you out there, for you Christians out there, holy is not your poor grandmother, not your mama with that feathered hat on in church. It ain't your pastor or your imam with a white robe and gown on. That's not what holy means. When you look holy up, holy means to be separate. God said that black man, Latino man, First Nation man and woman, that ye should be separate unto me, meaning holy. Even when you look at the Bible is called the Holy Bible, the separate Bible. It's not for everybody. Read on.
For I, the Lord, am holy.
For God is holy. God is separate. Black man, Latino man and woman. Read on.
And have severed you from other people.
And have severed you from other people. God severed us from these heathens. And the next story we're going to go into is why God severed us from these heathens. A better example, you know what I mean? Because there's so many examples on why God would sever us from these heathens. But read on, Ibad.
That ye should be mine.
That ye should be mine because we belong to the Most High. What does it mean to sever? If I severed my arm from my body, it's no longer attached. Meaning God saw us with the other nations and said, no, that Latino man and woman, that First Nation man and woman, that black man and woman, you're mine. I'm severing you from them that ye should be mine. But you know what happened now because of integration? You want to know what goes on in our communities now, black man, Latino man, and woman? Ibad, read this story real quick, Baba Kusho. When I read this, it hurt because there's so many of our people that die at the hand of the oppressor because we wanted to join with them, because we're following after the wicked Uncle Tom Negroes that wanted us to play in their NBA, wanted us to play in their NFL, wanted us to integrate into their neighborhoods and their communities and open our communities up so all these different nations could come in and make money like the Chinese and rape and rob us of our resources and murder us. Now you have stories like this that come out. Read what you got about.
Khan. This is from the SeattleTimes.com.
Mm-hmm.
A missing Alabama woman was found dead inside a police van.
Read that again, Ibad, because I don't think they heard you.
A missing Alabama woman.
This sister was missing for a while, where her family didn't know where the hell she was. And where did she turn up? Read on.
Was found dead inside a police van.
Found dead inside a police van. How many more stories do we have to go in about how evil and wicked this oppressor is? How many more times do we have to understand that the oppressor is not our friend, that he is the devil that the Bible speaks of?
Right.
Our sister ended up dead inside this police van. And what is the mantra that they put on, that they say that we serve and protect? Not us, black man, Latino man, and woman. We don't know that. We don't know that. They don't serve and protect us. Wow. Another question that I was asked too is that, can you be a righteous politician and police officer? I'm be honest, black man, Latino man, and woman, it'd be extremely hard. It'd be damn near impossible. Remember, General Hyman was breaking it down. It'd be really hard. And that's why I don't understand our brothers that join the police force. Because here's the problem. You're going to eventually have to choose between our people and being a good old boy. That's the problem. That is the issue. Eventually, you're going to have to make a decision. You're going to have to make a decision. Are you going to be a righteous black man and woman, or are you just going to go and join the oppressor and do what the hell they tell you to do? Because if you don't choose to be a righteous brother or a righteous sister, you're going to be right alongside the oppressor, participating in their wickedness. Or you could be like 12 Shield General Hazayan and say to hell with Esau and his police force and his military and join the Lord's military and the ISUPK. You could do that. You could do that. You could come and be a real officer, you know what I mean, of the Most High in Christ and under Commanding General Yohana here in the ISUPK. Our sister went missing, and then she somehow ends up in the back of a police van dead. How did that happen? Let's read a little bit more of the story, Ibad. You know what I mean? If it does say.
Her family want answers. Christina Nance had been missing for 12 days.
She's been missing for 12 days. Our sister been gone for 12 days. And here's another thing that our people don't understand And I forget the name of that devil that everybody was looking for. Man, if y'all know the name of that devil, it was a devil that everybody was looking for. And it turns out that her white boyfriend, killed her and beat her up and buried her, did what oppressors do to each other. But we was all, and I know a lot of y'all too, we sitting back like, wait a minute. How many Black and Latino women get snatched by the second? And it doesn't make news. Because I didn't hear about this story. And this sister was missing for 12 days. Not just Black and Latino, not just, Judah and Ephraim and Issachar, and Simeon. Gad goes missing by the thousands a day. They do. You know how many of our Gadite sisters get snatched off of reservations, that get raped and mutilated and murdered by truckers out on them off them reservations and in Canada, man? They don't give a damn about our First Nation sisters, man, or our Black and Latino sisters, man. But as soon as Susie or Becky goes missing, the entire earth shuts down.
Right.
The entire earth shuts down. I know a lot of y'all understand. You get an Amber Alert 3 o'clock in the morning because little Susie went missing. But LaQuisha go missing every day.
Right.
You know what I mean? Maria go missing every day and nobody cares. And not just missing. I'm talking about missing for 12 days. Like weeks can go by. But as soon as Becky and Susan does not call, you know what I mean? And where is she at? She's dead in a trunk somewhere messing with her oppressor husband. That's their business. That's their business, Black man, Latino man, and woman. Growing up, my father used to always say, you know what I mean? Stay out of grown folks' business and stay out of the oppressor's business. That ain't got nothing to do with us. But what is our business is my First Nation sisters, man. My Latino and Black sisters that go missing by the thousands, that get snatched. Our sister was missing for 12 days and nobody better than I gave a damn besides our sister's family, man. While everybody is looking for that oppressor that was murdered by her boyfriend, by her husband. Meanwhile, our sister was snatched and ended up dead in the back of a police van. Let's read a little bit more, right, bud?
Okay. Christina Nance had been missing for 12 days when a police officer spotted a pair of shoes next to a prisoner transport van parked at the Huntsville, Alabama public safety complex.
Good night. It's one of those police prison vans, huh?
Okay.
Man, and it goes to show you, man. And how many innocent Black and Latino and First Nation men and women get snatched up and go missing, that get thrown in jail, that get raped, that get killed, that just don't comply. And you're right, sis. Our sisters are a prey to all nations. They prey on us. They do. They hunt our steps.
Right.
This sister ended up in one of them prison vans. So my question is, and it's another thing too that they don't talk about, that they always want to talk about what goes on with Susan, that these vans really go around and they be snatching our people up. They snatch our people up, not just the sisters. They snatch brothers up too. You go out there thinking being a drug dealer is cool, or you just an innocent brother. They might just snatch you up forever, for whatever, because you fit a description. And God forbid if you just a sister walking by yourself, good night. The prison van may come and snatch you up and you may end up dead. Lord knows what they did to our poor sister, man. Lord knows, man. Is there any more I bought?
Okay.
Read.
Inside, the 29-year-old Black woman lay dead.
Good night. Our sister lay dead. And who's going to answer for that? Who is going to answer for that, Black man, Latino man, and woman? And that's the same oppressor that you want to look at as a friend. That's the same oppressor that our people love to try to give salvation for. It ain't no salvation coming to this wicked devil, man. There ain't nothing coming to the oppressor but this. If I could, let me get Ezekiel, the 35th chapter.
Okay.
Here's the thing, man, on what they do to our people. There's going to come a time, right, when a Black man by the name of Yahweh Shah Mashiach, who we know, or the world ignorantly knows as Jesus Christ, man, is going to return and lay waste to the oppressor for what they have done to God's chosen people. Our people, Black man, Latino man, First Nation man and woman, our sister is dead for what? And it goes to show you, man, like how many more of our sisters have to die? How many more of our brothers? We can go on and on. George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, Vanessa Gillian, this sister, man, Christina Nance, Just add her to the list. And this is why this is coming to the oppressor. Now, if I could, start at Ezekiel chapter 35 and start at verse 1.
For sure. This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 35 and verse 1. Moreover, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, verse 2, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir.
Set thy face against Mount Seir. What is Mount Seir? What is Mount Seir? I'll tell you what Mount Seir. Mount Seir is where Esau is from, man.
Right.
Out of woman, the Hebrew. He is wasted away his heat. Edom, the oppressor, the devil that the Bible speaks of, man. The Lord is setting his face against the oppressor for what they do to God's chosen people. Read on.
And prophesy against it.
And what?
Prophesy against it.
And prophesy against it. Because here's the thing, too, man, what our people don't understand. That when we go out there and prophesy, you know what I mean, to our people and bring up the other crimes that Esau has done, they say, well, you're espousing hate. You're abhorring an Edomite. When we don't snatch up oppressors and they end up dead in Vance, we don't do that. You know what our people do? Sing, dance, hold hands, we shall overcome. That is our people's solution, man. When we go out there to the streets, we go out there and state the crimes, the many crimes, the endless crimes that the oppressor has done against our people, God's chosen people, man. Read on.
Okay. Verse 3. And say unto it, Thus saith the Lord God, Behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee.
I am against thee. God is against the oppressor. Everybody loves to say, well, you a racist, you liar. Y'all racist, you against the oppressor. How you gonna be against the white man? God is against the white man. God is against the oppressor. Here's the thing, man, why we got to come out of the Christian church. And all of a sudden, the car was so eloquently breaking down on Clubhouse the other day, trying to explain to some poor Hotep sister, you know what I mean, and how docile Christianity has made our people. It made us to be perfect, subservient slaves.
Right.
So whatever the oppressor does to us, we just turn the other cheek and forgive him. When really, you really should be turning the other cheek and forgiving your brother and your sister, man.
Right.
That's who we need to forgive, man. Our brothers and sisters, man, we in the same hell. We so quick to forgive the oppressor when God is not going to forgive the oppressor. The Lord said that he is against Mount Seir, that he is against Esau, man. Read on.
And I will stretch out my hand against thee.
He said, I will stretch out my hand against thee. What does it mean when God said he's going to stretch out his hand against the oppressor? Meaning the Lord is going to touch the oppressor. The Lord is going to destroy Esau for what they do to our people, man. Read on.
And I will make thee most desolate.
They're going to become most desolate. They are. It's going to come a time, man, where there ain't going to be too many oppressors left.
Right.
You know what I mean? In Christ's kingdom, the oppressors that do survive, they got some hard work to do. They got some hard bondage ahead of them, some hardcore slavery that's going to go on. Read on.
Verse 4. I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate, and thou shalt know that I am the Lord.
And thou shalt know that I am the Lord. Everybody's going to know that the Lord is the one that made them most desolate. Why? Because of what my sister Shiraz said. We still ain't get an answer for Kanika Jenkins. You right, sis, and the other brothers. You know how many brothers and sisters that they snatch, you know what I mean, and take their organs for them? They harvest our organs, man. You know how many times, you know what I mean? I read a story just last year, man, about how many brothers and sisters in Detroit, man, that they're just found in these abandoned warehouses, man, and their organs is gone. The oppressor has to pay for this. He has to pay.
Right.
Are they going to charge themselves? That's the question I have for all of you, right? That believe that this is my question for everybody that believe in Esau's court system, that believes in the oppressor and his judicial system in America. Are they going to charge themselves for what they done to our people? No. They're not. Who's going to hold them accountable? I buy. Hold where you at. We're going to come right back here. I need to get it Zechariah 11 and verse 5. Because what the sister brought up was heavy. Who was gonna hold them accountable for that? Are they gonna hold each other accountable for it? Hell no. You know what they do? You know what they do when they kill our people? When they harvest our organs? When they go in our churches and murder our people? They take them to Burger King.
Bruh.
You know what they do when they go into a sister's home by the name of Breonna Taylor and murder her in cold blood? That charge the devils that did it for the bullets that missed. That's what happens in this country. This is what happens here in America, in Babylon. This place is spiritually Sodom in Egypt, black man, Latino man, and woman. And we have to understand that. You're not going to get real justice here in America from the oppressor. And why? And my question is, why do you think he's going to give it to you? Why? The oppressor is a liar. He's a deceiver. That's all devil means, deceiver. He's the devil that the Bible speaks of. They promised us 40 acres and a mule that we're never going to see. They did. They said we were going to get 40 acres and a mule, and I'm still waiting. I'm still waiting, black man, Latino man, and woman. I'm trying to tell you, read what you got in Zechariah 11 and verse 5.
This is the book of Zechariah, chapter 11 and verse 5. Whose possessors slay them.
Whose possessors slay them? They slay our brothers and sisters in the street, man. They kill us every day, murder us in cold blood. Whose possessors? Because they possess us right now. We're in America. We're not in Jerusalem. We're not in Zion. We're not in Israel. We woke up in hell. We woke up in slavery, in captivity. Whose possessors slay them. Read on.
And hold themselves not guilty.
And what?
Hold themselves not guilty.
They hold themselves not guilty. That's self-explanatory right there. For the murder, you know what I mean, of Kanika Jenkins, you know what I mean, for the murder of Christina Nance, Breonna Taylor, George Floyd, they hold themselves not guilty. They tried to tell us, they looked us in our face and said George Floyd died of a drug overdose. They tried to push that narrative. They tried to tell us that. They tried to explain that our brother who was murdered by the oppressor, Derek Chauvin, who had his knee put on his neck, they trying to say that he died of a drug overdose. Come on, black man, Latino man, and woman. They hold themselves not guilty. Real justice is going to come from our God, Yahweh. Real justice is going to come when he sends our king, Yahweh Shah Mashiach, back to slay these heathens for what they do to us. Now, let's go back to Ezekiel 35, and I believe you have verse 5.
This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 35, and verse 5. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred.
They have had a perpetual hatred, meaning they've always hated our people. And this ties back in with the first story I bought. Men like Gruden have always hated our people. They've always hated us. These oppressors in the prison system that walk around as police officers, they hate our people. They have always had a perpetual hatred. How do you know? Esau had a perpetual hatred, man, with our brother, our forefather, Jacob, man. They've always hated us. That is something that's not new. You think, here's the thing, and history shows this. Look at what they did to Emmett Till. Look at what they did, you know what I mean, in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and in Rosewood, and in over here with the MOVE movement in Osage Avenue in West Philadelphia in 1985. This is nothing new. They've always had a perpetual hatred against our people, man. This ain't nothing. This is nothing new. This is old news. But guess what? The Lord said, read it again.
Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred.
Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, Esau. Guess what? Read on.
And has shed the blood of the children of Israel.
Shed the blood of the children of Israel. Our sister Christina Nance is gone. George Floyd is gone. Kanika Jenkins is gone, and so many of our people that were murdered by the oppressor because they shed the blood of the children of Israel. Guess what? Read on.
By the force of the sword.
By the force of the sword, man. They've always done that. They've run up in our homes and murder us in cold blood. They came and shot Breonna Taylor up while she laid in her bed.
Right.
You're not even safe in the safety of your home. Botham Shem Jones, man. Well, what's like Botham Shem John was a Haitian brother, the tribe of Levi, just eating ice cream and listening to music. And Amber Geiger knocked on his door. He opened his door and she murdered our brother, man. Because thou would shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword. Read on.
And the time of their calamity, and the time that their iniquity had an end.
And the time of their calamity, and the time that their iniquity had an end. When the time, you know what I mean, that our pain and suffering was coming to an end, the oppressor was merciless, man. He showed no mercy to our people, man. During the time where our iniquity had an end, during the time when our calamity, the time we were vulnerable, the time, you know what I mean, where things should have, you know what I mean, lightened up or got a little better, you know what I mean, where the oppressor could have had mercy. He didn't.
Right.
He did not let up. And guess what? The Lord got something for the oppressor, man. Read on. The time where our sin had an end, man. The time, you know what I mean, where this is all going to come to an end. The oppressor showed us no mercy. That's why God is going to show him no mercy. Read on.
Okay. Verse 6. Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord God, I will prepare thee unto blood.
That I will what?
Prepare thee unto blood.
That I will prepare thee unto blood. And you know how the Lord is doing that, which can transition to the next story. That COVID-19. Cops right now are dying more of the coronavirus than they are by gunfire. That you cannot tell me that there is not a God in Israel. Ibad Hayah.
Right.
The Lord said, read it again.
Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord God, I will prepare thee unto blood.
I will prepare thee unto blood. He said, all right, I'm going to prepare you unto blood. You want to shed the blood of my people? I got something for you. It's called the coronavirus.
Right.
Now, you know, you would think, you know what I mean? And being a cop is a dangerous job, I buy. It's a very dangerous job. It's up there in the top 15. But guess what? They dying because of that coronavirus, that plague that the Most High sent down. Read on.
And blood shall pursue thee. And
blood shall pursue thee, meaning death is going to pursue them. Blood is going to pursue the oppressor. Why? Read on.
Sith thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee.
He said, because thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. Blood is going to pursue the oppressor for what they do to our people. Now, if I could, hold Isaiah 47 and verse 3. Hold the book of Isaiah, chapter 47 and verse 3. Now, let me go pull up this next article because I'm going to read it. I got to read the title, you know what I mean, so our people can understand. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to put it up there. I'm going to put it up there for our people to see it because I need y'all to understand how heavy it is, black man, Latino man, and woman, on how the Lord is working against this oppressor.
Right.
Bear with me 1 second. Again, you are tuning in to Ask Ye the Prophets. I'm Priest Officer of 1,000 Yadai. I'm holding it down for 12 Shield General Mayaka Allah. General Mayaka being back next week, answering your questions. You know what I mean? Make sure y'all send them in to AskYeTheProphets at gmail.com, or you could DM us on Ask Ye the Prophets on Facebook or YouTube, or you could DM me with your questions, and I'll make sure General Mayaka gets to them. Now, here's the thing, black man, Latino man, and woman. This COVID-19, man, and here's the thing, too. They thought that the coronavirus was going to let up. They thought that it was just going to blow over. I remember when Cumo said, Ibahaya, that God did not bring down the cases of the coronavirus. We did. And you see what the Lord did to Cumo. You see what the Lord out of the Lord,
right.
You know what I mean? Pulled that skirt from up under that devil. Now, I got to show you the title of this article. It says police officers resist getting vaccinated for COVID-19. Now they're number one killer. Now the coronavirus is the number one killer of the oppressor, of cops. Goddamn. Make it full screen so everybody can see that. Everyone can see that. And all them good old boys, because that's who they are. Those are the good old boys that voted for Trump, that's afraid of the vaccine. You got some silly Negroes that's afraid of it as well. You know what I mean? We're going to get in. I'm going to touch on Kyrie Irving in 1 second. I'm going to touch in on that in 1 second. But police officers resist getting vaccinated for COVID-19. But now they're number one killer. It says police departments around the country are trying to persuade officers to get vaccinated against COVID-19 as their rates lag behind in communities they serve, but resistance persists despite efforts that include mandates, meaning their rates of the coronavirus and getting vaccinated lags behind the same communities that they serve. That is amazing. And when the general was bringing that out, you know what I mean, Monday for, Black Watch News, make sure y'all all subscribe to Black Watch News.
Right.
Man and General Yohana do it every Monday, 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. with the other heavy-hitting generals, man, and all of the captains and officers, you know what I mean, and troopers that work behind the scenes, you know what I mean, for Black Watch News. Right. Here's the thing, man. The same devils, man, that murder our people unjustly, now the Lord is dealing with them. Now their hearts are hard-worded. I don't want to get vaccinated. Who the hell? And they, you know what I mean? Rebelling against themselves, man. Rebelling against themselves. And that's how you know it's the Lord. And here's the thing, too, man. The scriptures say that the weapons of our warfare are not carnal. Meaning we don't have to fight the oppressor, you know what I mean, with guns and physically. All we got to do is do what our God said to do, and the Most High will deal with the oppressor. And how does the Most High deal with the oppressor? Now they are dying of the coronavirus. It is their number one killer. Just when you think, right, because it may seem like the Lord, you know what I mean, just doesn't see what happens to our people, that it just that it could come across like, oh man, what is the Most High going to do? God sees everything. The Lord's eyes are 10 times brighter than the sun. The scripture say in Amos, the 9th chapter and the 8th verse, that his eyes is upon the sinful kingdom. God sees what goes on here, man. He sees what the oppressor does to our people. And this is what the Lord said that he was going to do. Read Isaiah 47 and verse 3.
Come on. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 47 and verse 3. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered.
Thy nakedness shall be uncovered. What is the nakedness? The nakedness is the shame. The shame of the oppressor is being uncovered as we speak. You see his shame, man, and what he does to our people, man. What he does to our Latino brothers and sisters at the border. What he did to our Haitian brothers and sisters, man, of the tribe of Levi. Out there whipping God's chosen people, man. It looked like a John Wayne movie, man. The fact that, you know what I mean, our sister Christina Nance was found in some paddy wagon of a prison police van, man. The shame of the oppressor is being seen. Read on.
Oh God. Yea, thy shame shall be seen.
Thy shame is being seen, man. God sees, man. And God is revealing it to everybody so everybody can know who the oppressor is and how wicked he is. Read on.
I will take vengeance.
I will what?
Take vengeance.
God is taking vengeance. How is he taking vengeance? In the coronavirus, black man, Latino man, and woman. That is how the Lord is taking vengeance. Read on.
Okay. And I will not meet thee as a man.
I will not what?
Meet thee as a man.
The Lord said, I'm not going to meet you as a man. But you know what I am going to do? I'm going to send down that thing called the COVID-19, the coronavirus. Yeah. And now the coronavirus is the number one killer of the oppressor, of the cops. Most High in Christ, Barakatah Yahweh, Yahweh Shah. Guess what, black man, Latino man, and woman? Our God, you know what I mean, is dealing with the oppressor. This is why it is important, man, to understand that we have laws. We have laws, statutes, and commandments that we have to follow as God's chosen people. Now is the time to realize and not be simple, not be stupid. Don't be like these oppressors. These oppressors are hell-bent saying, oh, the government can't make me do this. I'm not going to get vaccinated. Now they're lacking in the same communities that they serve. And now you got brothers like, I'm not going to go too in on him. You got brothers like Kyrie Irving that's so afraid of needles, that's so afraid of the vaccine. Here's the thing, black man, Latino man, and woman. And I'm only going to do this one more time on this show because I'm really, quite frankly, tired of talking about it. The oppressor does not have to go into a laboratory, right, and create a poison to kill us. He doesn't.
Right.
You want to know why? Because all he has to do is snatch your sister, Christina Nance, off the street and do God knows what and murder her and leave her in the police van. That's more efficient. It costs less than getting some Edomite scientists in a lab together and make a fucking, you know what I mean, death serum to give our people. It cut costs. It's easier to just put your knee on a brother's neck and murder him that way. It's easier to lock our brothers and sisters up in cages, man. Goes to show you the wisdom of this world is foolishness with God. And understand this. And lastly, because a lot of our people was very upset, you know what I mean, with Commander General Yohana, with the ISU can't say, y'all niggas is crazy. I'm not going to get the vaccine. Y'all niggas. And then want to say, well, I trust in the Most High. God got me. Let me tell you what God said. You know what I want? I bought in Ecclesiasticus, I believe. You know what I want? Honor thy physician. Here's the UPK. I'm gonna reiterate the UPK stance on the vaccine. Talk to your doctor. If your doctor feels it's beneficial for you to get vaccinated, do it. Now, if he doesn't agree and say, oh, you know what I mean, you don't need it, you don't have to, don't. We don't care. You know what I mean? Me personally, I'm not afraid of needles. I'm afraid of that God that created life and death. I'm afraid of that power, you know what I mean, that made Egypt a desolate dust bowl, that turned Babylon, you know what I mean, that destroyed Babylon, that destroyed the Persians and the Medes, and destroyed the Greeks and the Romans, that's going to destroy America. That's the power that I fear. I fear God. I'm not afraid of needles, black man, Latino man, and woman. And those of you out there that say, God got me, you know what, Mafia Judah, you know what I mean? You know what? This bro, I got to put this on the screen. I got to put that up there. Because that slipped my mind, I bought. He said he afraid of needles, but don't he have tattoos? Y'all niggas got tattoos.
Right.
And what you don't understand, man, and getting tattoos is unlawful. You're not supposed to get tattoos. You know where them needles been? Like I bought. What killed more people, the vaccine or hepatitis B and C? Well, goddamn, right? Get his brother a hand. I forgot about that. You can get all type of blood diseases, man, from them needles. A lot of them don't even clean those needles. That is heavy, brother. I'm glad you brought that up. Because that is heavy. You afraid of the vaccine, but you ain't afraid of needles. You ain't afraid to sleep with that whore. You put your rod anywhere. You getting tattoos, beer, whatever. Listen, man. Talk to your doctor, black man, Latino man, and woman. And here's the scripture. That was an excellent point, brother. Most High in Christ. Read what you got, Ibahaya.
This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 38 and verse 1. Honor a physician.
Read that again.
Honor a physician.
Honor a physician. Here's the thing. God made doctors for a reason. He gave people, you know what I mean, the gift, you know what I mean, of being able to treat others. And I'm not talking about those witch doctors. I'm not talking about those shamans and herbalists. You know what I mean? I'm not dissing herbalists. If you want to go out there and have papaya and pineapples and coconuts and do whatever, Lord be with you. But you know what does work? Chemotherapy. You know what does work? You know what I mean? That doctor that's treating you. You know what I mean? That knows how to treat you for a broken bone. That knows what to give you when you're sick. Honor a physician. Give honor to that physician because he knows more than you. Here's the thing. You know how many years you got to go to school, you know what I mean, to become a physician, to become a doctor? And then some of them are still not cut out to do it because it ain't for everybody. Not everybody has that gift. And guess what, Israel? We need more doctors. We need more doctors, Israel, black man, Latino man, First Nation man and woman.
Right.
Read on. Honor a physician.
With the honor due unto him.
With the honor due unto him. If you got a cold, man, you go to the doctor. You break your arm, you're going to the doctor. You're not going to sit home and try to, do surgery on yourself. God damn, you ain't going to do that. You're not going to do that. And our people's fear, of this, stems back, and it's so sad because what our people don't realize, especially with the vaccine, that it was a brother that created vaccines, man. A black man of the tribe of Judah. The brother's name is on the tip of my tongue, and it's going to bother me all day. But the point is, black man, Latino man, and woman, give honor to that physician. Give honor to him. You don't have to be afraid of that. You don't have to be afraid of the oppressor. You know what I mean? Sticking you with a needle and putting a chip up your ass. You know what I mean? And you being afraid was saying, well, I'm going to get the mark of the beast. I'm not gonna go and get that vaccine, but you will go get tattoos. You will go sleep with whores. You'll drive a car, which is more dangerous. You'll get on an airplane. Black man, Latino man, First Nation man and woman, now is the time to stop being simple. Now is the time to stop being simple, Israel. Honor a physician and give that honor that's due unto him. Any more on that, Ibad? No, you could drop it. You can drop it. Now, I got another story I wanted to go into before I get to the questions that I was asked. Now, here's the thing, too. I want to touch on this as well. The problem is, another issue that we face as Blacks and Latinos, right? And I wanted to touch on this for this reason. I want to touch on cancel culture. Police officer of 500, the car 2 weeks ago was touching on it and was teaching a fantastic class, man, an excellent class on it, on with Dave Chappelle and with the LGBTQ community. And now is the time for us to realize, man, like the oppressor really is the devil that the Bible speaks of. Is that how in the hell were you going to try to cancel our brother? Cancel this brother. Now, don't get me wrong. Dave Chappelle ain't in the truth. He's not in the truth. Do not get me wrong. He's just a comedian. All the brother does, he's just funny. His job is to make people laugh. It's not his job to go out there. It's not Dave Chappelle's job to go out there and break down Ezekiel, the 37th chapter. It's not, you know what I mean? It's not his job to go out there, and prophesy to the wind.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's our job. But the brother hit on a point, I wanted to touch on, which was heavy. And I was watching his special. I don't know if y'all saw it, but it was something that he said that I didn't know. I didn't know that the baby shot a brother and murdered a brother in Walmart and did not get canceled for that. And didn't get canceled. You mean to tell me, and this is another issue that we have, Black man, Latino man, and woman. Like, that's what we have to cancel. We have to cancel the promotion of sex, drugs, and murder of our people. That's what needs to get canceled. We have to cut that garbage out. But you know what the sad thing is, though? The sad thing is not. It's not. And what we have to realize as the Lord's chosen people, this is why we have to stand fast. Because if we don't stand fast and uphold these traditions, you see what they're doing. You see the type of power that they have. They got transsexuals running out of Netflix, staging boycotts because he went out there and, and spoke out against them. But nobody batted an eye, when King Von and the baby were talking about murdering our own brothers and sisters and pimping out our own sisters, man. That's not an issue. And it goes to show you to a bigger issue that we have, as the Lord's chosen people. Now, if I could, I want to get Romans 1:25 first. And then I'm going to show you how the Lord is going to cancel the LGBTQP community, because God is going to cancel them. And it goes back to even the first story, is that what got Gruden fired, that devil who's a piece of garbage, man, the devil that the Bible speaks of, was his comments that he made against the rainbow community. If you make comments against them, you are going to get canceled. But here's the thing. They can't cancel the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. They can't cancel Command and General Yohana. You can't cancel our God Yahweh and our King Yahweh Shah Mashiach. On the contrary, our God is going to cancel them.
Right.
And I'm going to show you that in the Bible. Now, the problem is, right, they're trying to normalize this behavior to our people. And my question is, when the hell did this happen? Like, when the hell did it become acceptable? And to quote a joke that Dave said that had me crying laughing, he was like, my problem has always been with white people. He said, but they changed the rules against me. They changed the rules against me. He was like, my problems was against you, Bob. And he was like, well, I'm a woman now, nigga. How about that? Well, goddamn. They changing the rules.
Right.
Crazy, ain't it? You go out there and you say something about a transsexual, it's hate speech, and you can get locked up for it. You go out there and speak against the LGBTQ community, the P is for pedophilia, and it will be added. They trying their best to add it. 12-year-old General Muhammad was breaking that down Monday. You know what I mean? On Commander General Yohana's show. They're trying to normalize this behavior. And the question is, man, who changed that? Who's the one that's trying to normalize it? If I can, Bob, get what you got.
This is the book of Romans, the 1 and verse 25. Who changed the truth of God into a lie?
Who changed the truth of God into a lie? God said in Leviticus 20 and 13 that homosexuality was an abomination unto him. God is saying, who changed the truth of God into a lie? It was the oppressor. They will have you believe. There was a story, man, about it was a sister. It was a sister that got sexually assaulted, you know what I mean, by a transsexual in, you know what I mean, in the woman's bathroom. And these type of stories get swept under the rug. But if you put your hands on one of them, God forbid, you know what I mean, you're going to jail, I bought for a long time. You going to prison. You speak out against them or say anything, they're going to try to cancel you. Who changed the truth of God into a lie? Who made it acceptable, you know what I mean, to be a transformer, to be a homosexual, to be a lesbian? Because nowadays, right, if you speak out against them or say anything, they ostracize you and they effeminate and not just and they publicly castrate our people. How many of y'all remember when Kevin Hart when they tried to cancel Kevin Hart and said he can't host the Oscars because he made comments that he made on Twitter like 10 years ago? And he was going to host the Oscars that year, and he ended up not doing it. They ended up saying, no, the hell with that. You can't do it. It goes to show you, man, that now in today's society, it's acceptable to be a homosexual, that it's acceptable to be a transformer. And God is saying, who changed the truth of God into a lie? Because that type of lifestyle was an abomination, and it's punishable by death, and your blood will be upon you. That's why they don't allow them to give blood. And it goes to show you just how sick in the head they are and what type of demons they have. You want me to accept you for what you want to be. It's like, to be honest with you, black man, Latino man, and woman, there was another quote Dave said that was correct. Gender is a fact. God did not make a mistake with you, black man, Latino man, First Nation man, and woman. For those of you that want to follow after the oppressor, if you were born with a rod, you are a man.
Right.
If you were born with a vagina, you are a woman.
Right.
Plain and simple, period. There ain't nothing else to discuss. It ain't 40 different. I had a silly, Lord, I recently got a new slavery. That's why y'all haven't been seeing me. You know what I mean? I've been coming, you know what I mean? The other show, you haven't seen me. I recently got a new slavery. And I was over here and the sister saying, well, you know, it's 40 different genders. I'm like, are you serious? 40 different type of genders. I'm like, and there's a sheet that they got on what you can identify as. And I'm just like, well, goddamn. I'm like, listen, I Israel, I put there in the little comment section how I want to be addressed. I thought about something General Muhammad said, I want to be addressed as my Lord. You know what I mean? Don't address me, you know what I mean, as whatever my slave name is or get died. Address me as my Lord. That's who I identify as. I am your Lord here. I am your Lord. I am your master. If I have to call Adam, who now goes by Becky, who likes to wear dresses and have his rod flashing before everybody, if I have to be politically correct with him and Salagia, for those terms, if I have to be quote unquote politically correct, right, and address him by whatever the hell gender or what he wants to be called by, then y'all should address me as my Lord at the slavery. That's That's fair, ain't it, Bob?
Right.
That's fair. But here's the thing, black man, Latino man, and woman. Yes, sis, I'm dead serious. Like when I was sitting up there, you know what I mean, doing a little computer training, it had like 40 different things for gender and something that you could write in on how you want to be addressed. I'm like, listen, y'all got to address me as my Lord. Y'all do. You know what I mean? You got to address me as Ottawa. Because here's the problem, man. The oppressor is the one that changed the truth of God into a lie and makes this lifestyle so acceptable. And I'm going to go into the scriptures and show what happened to the last society, the last cities, you know what I mean, that thought, you know what I mean, that this lifestyle was acceptable and tawab and cool, that it was okay to be gay. Guess what? And to be a transformer. Guess what, black man, Latino man, and woman? God is going to do something to America. God is going to destroy them for this. Read on. Read a little bit more, Ibad.
And worshiped and served the creature more than the creator.
And worship and serve the creature more than the creator. How do you worship and serve the creature more than the creator? Some of y'all, right, think that Dwayne Wade is an excellent parent. I want y'all to hearken on that. I'm not saying anybody in the truth. We all know he's a piece of garbage for what he's doing. But you have people out here that think he is an expert on parenting because he is oppressing his son. And yes, I say his son, that is not his daughter. We are not calling him by whatever name, you know what I mean, he wants to be called. Because here's the problem, man. God does not acknowledge that. Now, you worshiping and serving the creature more than the creator. So whatever the oppressor says is law. You go by it. You live by it. You die by it. Nah, when you have to live and die by what our God said to do. And now let me show you what happened to the last, you know what I mean, society that thought this was acceptable behavior. Let's go to Ibahaya. Take me to Genesis, right? I want you to go to Genesis, and I want to say the 16th chapter. Baba Quashaw. I want you to go to Genesis, the 16th chapter. Bear with me. Let me get there with you. Black man, Latino man, and woman. Salaki. Go to Genesis 19 and verse 1. Let me tell you, we're going to read about, you know what I mean, what happened with Sodom and Gomorrah. This is what happened. Now, if you don't know about Sodom and Gomorrah, you know what I mean, were cities that the Lord destroyed. And we're going to explain why he did it. It's a lot of corruption and a lot of evil. And we're going to go into it. And then I'm going to get to the questions that I got. Read what you got about.
This is the book of Genesis, to the 19 and verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
And there came two angels to Sodom at even, and Lot sat in the gate of Sodom.
Now, two angels came to Sodom at even, and Lot sat in the gate of Sodom. Now, Lot was Abraham's nephew, man. Lot was a man of God, man. Read on. Righteous man. Read on.
And Lot sat in the gate of Sodom.
Mm-hmm.
And Lot, seeing them, rose up to meet them.
Mm-hmm.
And he bowed himself with his face toward the ground.
Lot saw these angels, man, and bowed himself towards these angels, man. Bowed himself towards these angels, man. Read on.
Verse 2. And he said, behold now, my lords, turn in, I pray you, into your servant's house, and tarry all night, and wash your feet, and ye shall rise up early and go on your ways.
Now, these angels of the Lord came to Lot, man. And Lot was an honorable brother, a righteous man. It said, my lords, let me take care of you for the night. You read on. It says that he even made them a feast. But Lot don't know the reason why these angels are here. But let's drop down to verse 4.
Verse 4. But before they lay down, the men of the city, even the men of Sodom, compassed the house round.
Now, the men of Sodom, right, compassed the house. They saw these angels go up in there. And why are they going around this house, round and about? Why? You think they're coming over, you know what I mean, to play Uno, to play spades? They're coming over here to learn, you know what I mean, from these angels, to learn from Lot? No. They came over here for a different mission.
Right.
Read on.
Both old and young.
Both old and young. I need you to understand that part. Both old and young. Let's read on.
All the people from every quarter.
All the people from every quarter. They all came to Lot crib. Read on.
Verse 5. And they called unto Lot and said unto him, where are the men which came in to thee this night?
They said, man, Lot. They said, where are the men that came unto thee this night? We saw them come into your house, Lot. Where are they at? Where are they at? Now, for those that may not know, why are they asking this? What is your reason? What do you think they're asking this for? Why? Let's read on.
Bring them out unto us.
He said, bring them outside. Bring them out unto us. Read on.
That we may know them.
What does it mean that they say that we may know them? What does it mean? And it don't mean get to know them like, hey, how you doing? Shalom. Hey, shalom. Hey, how about you? Yes, Salaki, I'm so-and-so. You know what I mean? Nah, that's not what it means that we may know them. Means may know them. They were trying to have sex with these angels, the men, young and old.
Right.
Came to have sex with the angels, man, and was going to do more than just that. Understand this, black man, Latino man, and woman. The problem is, that's right, brother, rape. They was going to rape them angels. And Lot 2, they on GMS in my Bahayat.
Right.
Which goes to show you, man, and let's read on. I don't want to go too far into it.
Verse 6. And Lot went out at the door unto them, and shut the door after him.
Lot came outside and shut the door behind him. It was like, no, y'all ain't coming up in there. They not coming outside. Read on.
Verse 7. And said, I pray you, brethren, do not so wickedly.
Do not so what?
Wickedly.
Do not so wickedly. What is Lot saying? Lot is saying this is wickedness, man. This is during the time of Lot and Abraham, man, and Sodom and Gomorrah. Lot already knew that this was a wicked act. God said that homosexuality was an abomination in Leviticus 20 and 13. This is where we at, Ibad, in Genesis. And Lot knew that this was a wicked act that they were trying to do, man. He knew that this was wicked. He knew that homosexuality was wrong. How many of our people, man, and it goes to show you, man, a lot of our people know it's a wicked act. They know it's wrong. They know it's some foul shit, Salakia, man, to be gay, to be a homosexual, and to be a transformer. Here you go. You got Lot. Lot is a righteous man, man. He's like, brethren, I pray, do not so wickedly. Don't be like this, man. Lot knew during the time of Genesis that this was wrong, man. Because here's the thing what our people don't understand, man. Because now in today's society, it's acceptable to be a homosexual. It was acceptable during the time of Sodom and Gomorrah, too. That's why they came to Lot crib. They came to Lot crib like, Lot, you know why we here, nigga? We bring them outside. Bring them outside that we get to know them. And they were young and old out there, man. And Lot is pleading with them, please, brethren, do not so wickedly. Read on.
Verse 8. Behold now, I have 2 daughters.
Lot said, I have 2 daughters. Read on.
Which have not known man.
Which have not known a man. Lot is, and it goes to show you, man, you know what I mean, how hardcore Lot was. And how hardcore, what kind of man Lot was, man, a righteous man of the Lord, because these are angels of the Most High. He said, man, I got 2 daughters. You're not touching these angels, you know what I mean, of the Most High. You're not touching these angels, Akim. You're not doing that. Read on. Which not known a man. Read on.
Let me, I pray you, bring them out unto you, and do ye to them as it is good in your eyes.
All right, that's right, sis. Don't be gay. That's right, sis. Lot basically told him, don't be gay. Don't do that. He said, I got 2 daughters. You know what I mean? They have not known a man. You can do unto them, but don't touch these men of God. Read on.
Right. Only unto these men do nothing. For therefore came they under the shadow of my roof.
He said they came under the shadow of my roof, man. These men of God, man, these angels came under the shadow of my roof. I got to be hospitable to them, man. And he's like, listen, I can't let you do this, but you can have my daughters. Read on.
Verse 9. And they said, stand back.
What they say?
Stand back.
They said, stand back. They like, Lot, we don't want them. They say, that's not why we here, Lot. We ain't come for that. We ain't come for your daughters. Don't nobody want them. Read on.
And they said again, this one fellow came in to sojourn, and he will needs be a judge. Now will we deal worse with thee than with them.
What does that mean right there? They basically told Lot, stand back. And they said again, this one fellow came into sojourn and he needs to be a judge. He's like, listen, Lot, let me put that in terms y'all can understand, Israel. They said, I hear what you're saying, Lot, but you need to stand back and let us get them. Because if you don't, we're going to deal worse with thee than with them. They said, if you don't bring them out here, what we're going to do to you is going to be worse than what we are going to do to them. And what was they going to do? What were they going to do to Lot? I'll tell you what they was going to do to Lot. You know what I mean? For time's sake and let you know. They was going to do what Polite did to that little girl. They was going to do what GMS wants to do to little girls as well. They're going to want to do what the LGBTQP community does to our Hispanic children, man, and to our children that are Black and Latino that these homosexual couples adopt, man. They said, we're going to deal worse with you than we are with them. That's right, says take his cookies. Good night. You put it in Shirai, you put it in nicer terms than I could have. You was being not modest about it. Take his cookies. Read on.
Khan. And they pressed sore upon the man, even Lot.
Man, they pressed sore. They pulled up on Lot. They pulled up on him. Read on.
And came near to break the door.
They came near to break the door down. They threw Lot against the door and tried to break the door down. And what goes to show you and how it equates today, look at the nature on all the sodomites in the LGBTQP community. Aren't they all real aggressive?
Right.
Aren't they all aggressive as hell? Man, man. I was rapping with a brother, man, and he was telling me like a story, like what a young Ma said to him. And I had this happen to me. I was out and about, you know what I mean? I was out and about one time and I was rapping to the sister. She was a lesbian, you know what I mean? And she was like, yo, man, what you doing, blood? That's my girl. That's my homegirl. That's my bitch, nigga. What you doing, dog? Suck my dick, nigga. You can't be. I'm like, well, goddamn, sis. Why are you so mad? Why are you so aggressive? And all of them sodomites have that same spirit on them.
Right.
They all get aggressive like that. They getting ready to break down Lot's door. They getting ready to break the brother's door down and GMS him and then go polite the angels. Read on.
Verse 10. But the men put forth their hand and pulled Lot into the house to them.
Now the angels came and pulled. Then the angels came and grabbed Lot, pulled him in the crib, and shut the door. Read on.
And shut to the door. Verse 11. And they smote the men that were at the door of the house with blindness.
They smote them with blindness. These angels blinded all of the old and young sodomites out there, man. But here's the heavy part about it. Now, we just read that they were smote with blindness. They can't see. The angels made them blind. Read on.
Both small and great.
Both small and great, meaning the young and the old, those that are the politicians. Here's the thing, too. A lot of them was great in stature. What I mean by great in stature, like they had great reputations in Sodom and Gomorrah. They're the politicians, the lawyers. You had the homeless, those that had regular entry jobs. All them sodomites, you know what I mean? Of different classes were out there. Read on.
So that they wearied themselves to find the door.
They still was doing this even though they were smoked with blindness. They still trying to get to the door. They still trying to get to the door to break down, you know what I mean, the door so they can get Lot and the angels, man, to show you how powerful that demon that was on them, man. To go and try to rape the angels of the Lord and try to rape Lot. Now read verse 12.
Verse 12. And the men said unto Lot, hast thou here any besides son-in-law and thy sons and thy daughters?
The angels are telling Lot, listen, you got anybody else that you care about here that's family? You know what I mean? That's your peoples. We getting ready to do something. Read on.
And whatsoever thou hast in the city, bring them out of this place. Verse 13. For we will destroy this place.
For we will what?
Destroy this place.
So we shall destroy this place. That's why the angels of the Lord came to Sodom and Gomorrah. They come to destroy it. Read on.
Because the cry of them is waxing great before the face of the Lord. And the Lord have sent us to destroy it.
And the Lord have sent us to destroy it. Meaning the cry of them, man, which waxing great. Meaning the Lord was like, man, go down there and deal with Sodom and Gomorrah, man. Go down there and destroy it. And to read further down, fire and brimstone fell down on Sodom and Gomorrah. You know what I mean? As Lot and his family was leaving. Which goes to show you, man, God is going to destroy America the same way with thermonuclear warfare, man. And you got to understand this. How is America? Give me spirit. Give me in Revelations, spiritually Egypt and Sodom. Okay. And we got to understand, man, America is no different. No, Amos, the 9th chapter says the Lord has his eyes set upon this wicked kingdom, man. Because in today's society, they're just like Sodom and Gomorrah. You see Dwayne Wade and how he acts and how he is with his son. You see, you know what I mean, how they promote this lifestyle to our people. And the Lord sees it, man. The Lord sees it. And guess what? The Most High is going to deal with it. Read what you got, if you got it. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. The Lord is going to deal with it, black man, Latino man, and woman. Now is the time to understand. I got it right by. Read Revelations 8:11 and 8. Okay. Yeah, I got it right here. You can read it.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 11 and verse 8.
Mm-hmm.
And their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city.
And their dead bodies shall lie in the city of the great city. Meaning our bodies are already lying dead in this great city. What is that great city? Read on.
Which spiritually is called Sodom.
Which spiritually is called what?
Sodom.
Sodom. Read on.
And Egypt.
And Egypt, which is spiritually called Sodom and Egypt. It's talking about America. It's talking about America, black man, Latino man, and woman. America is spiritually Sodom and Egypt. There any more?
Where also our Lord was crucified.
Where our Lord was crucified, man. Where our Lord was crucified. They crucify our King every single day. Christ did not die so you can continue to be a homosexual. Right. Christ did not die so you can continue to be a murderer, to be a liar, man. Christ said that thou cannot serve two masters. You can't serve two masters. Either you will hate the one and love the other. Meaning the Lord is against America, man. The Lord is going to destroy this place, man. Now is the time to come to get right, black man, Latino man, and woman, to gather yourself together and come into the eyes you became, come into this truth. Now, if I may, I've got two questions, you know what I mean, that hit a little home, you know what I mean, black man, Latino man, and woman. I got a friend in the world, man, that I was rapping with yesterday, and which is so sad, man. Like, I haven't seen this brother in a good 2 years. Like, this is my man, 50 grand. And he asked me a real important question because we sitting down talking, and it turns out that his rib may be, you know what I mean, African, may be a Hamite. And that's a rough piece, black man, Latino man, and woman. You married to a heathen. And then it was like, and then the question came up, well, what's wrong with that? What's wrong with interracial marriage? I'm going to explain what's wrong with interracial marriage. And I'm glad I'm able to address it on the show. Now, if I could, I want you to give me Deuteronomy 7 and verse 3. Now, because our people don't understand, right? They believe, right, that just love is love. That you could just love whoever you want here in America. You know what I mean? If you want to go and be with an oppressor woman, if you're Latino or First Nation or Black, it's Tawab, it's cool. That if you want to go out there and get the oppressor's daughter, if you want to go out there and get Bill, Bob, and Fred, nobody tells us, and especially in the Christian church, because they promote this lifestyle to our people. How many times do we see ads with interracial couples? Like, and I was explaining them, like, you see it every day. Like, I was walking past the Old Navy on 69th Street. You know what I mean? You got the oppressor man and the black woman and a little, you know what I mean? But, you know, and a little baby, you know what I mean? A little light-skinned child. And it's not about skin complexion. It's about who your father is. That's Numbers 1 and verse 18. It's by the seed of the father. And I'm also going to get into that as well. But we're not supposed to marry, you know what I mean, to interracially marry. Another thing, too, to address, sex is marriage, black man, Latino man, and woman. Sex is marriage. And why it's important that you can't go out here and just put your rod in everything. I mean, you can't go out there if you're a sister and, you know what I mean, and give, you know what I mean, your vagina to everybody. You know what I mean? Black man, you belong to that black woman. Latino man, we belong to that Latino woman. We belong, First Nation man, you belong to that First Nation woman. We got 12 different flavors to choose from. Black man, Latino man, First Nation man, and woman. Why are people want to make excuses and go get with Africans and Asians and the oppressor's woman is beyond me. Like, I feel bad for my brother in the world, man. Like, it's bad business, man. Because you out there, you sitting up here with this Hamite woman, and I can only imagine, man. I know that thing smell horrible. I know it got a biblical smell to it. I'm just saying, man. It smell like rhinoceros feces and giraffe water. You could just forget about it, man. I'd rather stick with my sisters, man. But the tribe of Judah, the tribe of Levi, the tribe of Issachar, the tribe of Benjamin, tribe of Naphtali, tribe, you know what I mean, of Gad and Reuben and Ephraim and Manasseh. We got 12 different flavors, man. Now, let me get Deuteronomy chapter 7 and verse 3.
Kabaka. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7 and verse 3.
Mm-hmm.
Neither shalt thou make marriages with them.
Now, neither shalt thou make marriages with them. Now, I was trying to explain this, and I'm hoping, good brother, I hope you're tuning in and watching. I hope you're watching. It says, neither shalt thou make marriages with them, meaning this. Don't go and sleep with these heathens, man. Don't go and put your rod in their women. Sister, don't go and take that rod of the oppressor in these heathens. Neither shalt thou make marriages with them. Read on.
Thy daughter thou shalt not give unto his son.
Thy daughter shalt thou not give unto his son. Meaning this, you're not supposed to give your daughter, your Israelite daughter, to the oppressor. I'll give you an example. I'll give you a perfect example of that. Serena Williams.
Right.
Serena Williams. And one thing I will give her father that I respect about him, her father did not go to their wedding. He was not with their relationship. He ain't go to the wedding or nothing. They asked him about it. He said, listen, he said, the white man is my enemy and I'm his enemy. I was like, both sides Christ, brother. We got to get that brother fly. I buy it. Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean? He said she wasn't raised like that. You're not supposed to give your daughter to their sons. You're not supposed to give your daughter, your Israelite baby, you know what I mean, to the oppressor's son. You're not supposed to give him to Nunfutu Nungala, the Black Panther, Ryu and Chun-Li and Habibi, you know what I mean, and Roman Reigns and Jaffites. You ain't supposed to do that. Read on.
Kabaka. Nor his daughter shall thou take unto thy son.
Let me tell you something, Israel. I broke my brother's heart with this one. I said, neither can you take their daughter for your son. Because a lot of you Negroes, and I got to say it just like this, I got to say it because I've seen it. A lot of y'all be like, yeah, man, I knew the white man was the devil. I knew he was the devil that the Bible speaks of. But when you tell them that the white woman is the devil too, they be like, hold on, nigga, wait a minute. Hold on, hold on. Listen, man, my homie in the world, they call me good brother. That nigga looked me in my face. I told him that. He said, officer, you die. I said, well, goddamn. I ain't good brother no more. He was like, officer, you die. Look here, nigga. You mean to tell me Becky is the devil too? Yes. So is Becky. So is Susan. So is the Africans. So are these heathens. The Lord said, man, neither shall you take their daughter unto thy son. I'm telling you, sis, he got real serious with me. I've been good brother for 25 years. But now, you know what I mean? I'm officer you die. He had to address me directly and say, hold on, then you might have to explain this. And now I'm doing it. Deuteronomy 7 and verse 3. Neither shalt you take their daughter unto thy son. A lot of y'all brothers struggle with that. You struggle with the oppressor's daughter.
Right.
Why? And it is pitiful, sis. It is terrible. It is real terrible. Like, how many times do I got to turn on the news, right, of an NBA press conference, you know what I mean, and see, you know what I mean, a brother with his heathen wife. Like, that's a goddamn shame, man, that our people just have this love and infatuation for them. When the Lord said, man, neither shalt thou take thy daughter unto his son, nor his daughter shalt thou take unto thy son. And the Lord is about to explain why we're not supposed to do this. Read verse 4.
Okay. Verse 4. For they will turn away thy son from following me.
They will what?
Turn away thy son from following me.
How do you turn away thy son from following me? I'll tell you how. I'll explain. Not to throw you out there, good brother, but you know what I mean? This is Ashley the province, and y'all did ass. Some of these brothers, you know what I mean? You never, they take pride in saying, oh, I don't celebrate Christmas. I don't celebrate that white man holiday. But you go and get Becky, and you got a Christmas tree in your house. You used to say F Columbus and Columbus Day. I stand with the Native American Indian. Now you going over her house for Thanksgiving, eating that unseasoned chicken and turkey and nasty cranberry sauce. Now you are turned away from following our God, black man, Latino man, and woman. Now you're turning away from our God, following after them, because now they're turning us away from our power. And how did that happen? That's right, sex and persuasion. It happened with Solomon, and we're going to go into that as well. Following that, chasing after them different whores, after them different heathen women, man. We got 12 different flavors, man, for you to be chasing after these nasty heathens, black man, Latino man, and woman. It is dreadful. It is pitiful. It's unbecoming. Like, we disgrace ourselves in the eyes of our power every day because we see beauty in the oppressor, seeing beauty in the African, seeing beauty in the Asians, and ain't no beauty to them, man. You know what real beauty is? Beauty is in that black woman. Beauty is in that Latina woman. Beauty is in that First Nation woman. These heathen women could never. Officer Marah say this all the time. You know what I mean? It's heavy that our women are so beautiful. These black and Latino First Nation women are so beautiful at Bahia that it's magic. It is magical to how beautiful they are. That's why it's called Black Girl Magic. But here you go, wanting to follow after Becky, and now she's turning you away from following God. Now, now you got a Christmas tree in your house. Now you about to send your kids, you know what I mean, the Dahmer's crib down the street for candy. Now you're going to dress up like a goon and a goblin and celebrate Thanksgiving. Well, the Lord said, for they will turn away thy son from following me. Read on, Ibad. That
they may serve other gods.
That they may what?
Serve other gods.
That they may serve other gods. Now you serving other gods. Now you in the Christian church banging the tambourine. And sisters, I hate to do this to y'all, but it's a lot of y'all poor sisters out here that took a shahada for a brother. You took a shahada, you know what I mean? Not just for a brother, for these heathens, man. You out there messing around with Ishmael, taking your shahada, and he's beating and raping and doing God knows what to you, man. Doing God knows what to you. Now you following after Allah. Now you following after Caesar Borgia. Now you following after Shiva. Now you following after Buddha. I got another friend in the world, man, that is a whole Buddhist now. He went and got with Moab. He got with Li Cheng. He eating cat dog and Tom and Jerry. You know what I mean? And now he is a Buddhist. And the brother grew up, you know what I mean? He grew up in the Christian church. You just going from God to God from whatever woman you get. This is why God said that we're not supposed to interracial marry, because sex is marriage. You're not supposed to lay down with these heathens. Read on.
So will the anger of the Lord be kindled against you and destroy thee suddenly.
Now the anger of the Lord is against us, and the Lord is going to destroy you suddenly, man. What does that mean? God is going to destroy you for that, man, from wanting to be with these heathens and mess around with them. God is going to do that. But this is what we were supposed to do. Read verse 5.
Verse 5. But thus shall ye deal with them. Ye shall destroy their altars and break down their images.
God told us, man, when we was coming through, you know what I mean, into their lands to reclaim Israel, to tear down their altars, tear down Baal, tear down their gods, man, and their images. Read on.
And cut down their groves and burn down their graven images with fire.
What does that mean, man? Meaning, take that picture of Caesar Borgia and throw it in the garbage. Take Allah, take Muhammad, take Islam, take that Buddha, throw it in the garbage, black man, Latino man, and woman. Throw it away. Turn from our wickedness. Why did God say this? Read verse 6.
Verse 6.
One of my favorite scriptures.
For thou art an holy people.
For thou art a holy people. We are a separate people, black man, Latino man, and woman. Holy meaning separate, not in your grandma with that silly feathered hat on in church telling you that you can marry whoever the hell you want, that you could be a sodomite and a homosexual as long as you pay your tithes. Holy means to be separate. We are a separate people, black man, Latino man, First Nation man and woman. Read on.
Unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God have chosen thee to be a special people.
We were chosen to be a special people. A special people, meaning you have to look at that fellow Black, Latino, and First Nation man and woman that we are special. Ain't nothing special about these heathens. They special looking, they funny looking, they slow, but we are special according to God, man. We do our God a disservice looking after these heathens, man, wanting to marry them and be with Becky and be with Nfutu and Ngala and the Black Panther and all them, man. When you need to be looking at that Black woman like she's special. You need to be looking at that Latina woman like she's special and that First Nation woman as they're special, man. And sisters, y'all got to look at us as we're special, man. And if we do that, we won't marry outside of our races. We won't want to seek unity and peace with these other nations. We'll realize that that fellow Black man, Latino man, and First Nation man and woman is special. So I'm not going to marry outside my race. I'm not going to sell drugs to my people. I'm not going to hate my brothers and my sisters and murder one another, man. Read on.
God. The Lord
Unto himself.
Above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
We are above all people that are upon the face of the earth. Black man, Latino man, and woman. We are above these different nations. Now, if I could, let me get Nehemiah chapter 13, you know what I mean, in verse 26. You know what I mean? To close, you know what I mean, on the interracial marriage thing, man. Let me get Nehemiah, the 13th chapter, and start at verse 26. Because this ain't nothing new, man. This ain't nothing new. As a matter of fact, no. Start at verse 23. We're going to read down to verse 26. Start at verse 23. Because you think marrying, you know what I mean, the Asians and the Africans, it's all right. It's cool. You know what I mean? You think, oh, I'm with Becky. You know what I mean? Now I'll be accepted. You think, you know what I mean, you're going to be culturally accepted by the oppressor because you marry his daughter, because you marrying these heathens, man. Black man, Latino man, and woman, don't be so foolish. Every silly NBA and NFL and rapper that you see with money to go and marry Becky and Susan, to understand this, man, where does that wealth go back to when they die? It goes back, you know what I mean, to that oppressor, to that heathen woman. Why not leave that wealth to your sister that struggled in the same hell and ghetto and barrio and reservation that we grew up in? Goddamn.
Right.
We grew up in the same hell, Black man, Latino man, First Nation man and woman. All we got is each other. And sisters, that go for you too. You can't go get a nice elevator plantation and leave that brother behind and go get Bill or Bob or Fred. That's not how this works. And brother, you can't go leave, you know what I mean, that sister for Susan and Becky. Can't do that. Read on. Read what you got.
This is the book of Nehemiah, chapter 13 and verse 23. In those days also saw I Jews that had married wives of Ashdod, of Ammon, and of Moab.
That married man, Nehemiah was like, yo, I saw Jews. I saw Black men, Latino men, and First Nation men, married wives of Ashdod and Ammon and of Moab. Moab, the so-called Chinese, the Ammon, you know what I mean, the so-called Japanese. Ashdod, I believe that's the Africans. You know what I mean? Marrying heathen women. Read on.
Verse 24. And their children spake half in the speech of Ashdod and could not speak in the Jews' language.
Now the children can't speak in the Jews' language. Because another thing that you don't realize when you marry these heathens, when you marry these heathen women, Black man, Latino man, and woman, guess what? The mother is the first teacher of the child. Now they can't speak Hebrew. They can't speak the Lashawan Kwadash, but now they're speaking in the African language. Now they're speaking in the that's a language that's a language to them. They speaking that. Right. But they don't know the Lashawan Kwadash, and that comes natural, man. The Abba Gada Hawazaha. They don't even know that, but they can speak the heathen's language, man. Now you speaking in half of that and half of that. Read on.
But according to the language of each people. Verse 25. And I contended with them.
And listen, and according to the language of each people, now they learning the Chinese language. Now they learning Nihama, Sheshemi. Now they learning Konnichiwa. They learning that, but they can't speak our language. They can't speak the Hebrew, man, because you want to go out there and find beauty in these heathens, man. Nah, Black man, Latino man, and woman, we got to be better than that. And Nehemiah said, I contended with them, meaning Nehemiah checked them for this. Read on.
And cursed them.
And cursed them. Nehemiah checked them for this, man. Got up in their faces like, what the hell are you doing? Are you aware that, I believe it was Eleazar? who slew the brother who brought the Midianite woman back to the tent. Here's Lord is talking with Moses. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Because the brothers was out there when we was in the wilderness. You know what I mean? Marrying the Midianite women, marrying the Moabite women, and here comes some silly brother come and bring one back to the tent. You know what I mean? And have sex with her in the tent. You know what I mean? Like for the whole congregation to hear. And Eleazar, you know what I mean? Aaron's son was like, man, the hell with that. Went and got a javelin and boom, threw both of them. God damn. Wow. We ain't going to do that to you today. We ain't going to go out there, you know what I mean, and grab that javelin and put it through you and your African whore and your oppressor's daughter, you know what I mean, today. We ain't going to do that through the mercy of Christ. But understand this, man. It's not an excuse to go out there and get them. Because Nehemiah said, I contended with them and cursed them. Read on.
And smote certain of them.
And did what?
Smote certain of them.
Nehemiah laid hands on them. Nehemiah laid hands on them for that, man. Laid hands on them. You know what I mean? For going out there and marrying these heathen women, man. Read on.
And plucked off their hair.
And did what?
Plucked off their hair.
Nehemiah was grabbing niggas by their beards like, he was like, motherfucker, you did what? You brought that heathen where? You married who? Read on.
And made them swear by God, saying, ye shall not give your daughters unto their sons.
Don't that sound familiar? Read that again.
Ye shall not give your daughters unto their sons.
Why does that sound familiar? Because we just read it in Deuteronomy 7:3. Nehemiah is quoting Moses in Deuteronomy 7:3. But the Lord told Moses, you shall not give your daughters unto their sons. Read on.
Nor take their daughters unto your sons, or for yourselves.
Nehemiah is like, don't y'all know the law? Don't you know that we're not supposed to take their daughters for our sons and give our sons, you know what I mean, to their daughters or for ourselves? Don't you understand that? Read on.
Verse 26.
Here's the big one. Read what you got.
Did not Solomon, king of Israel, sin by these things?
Did not Solomon, king of Israel, man. Solomon was the wisest king, man, of them all, man. Solomon, you know what I mean? They love to talk about Mansa Musa, that African, and say he was the wealthiest king ever. That was BS. Solomon put all them to shame, man. When the Queen of Sheba, when that whore came, you know what I mean, to convene with Solomon about his wisdom, she didn't even know, you know what I mean, because she saw all the servants, all the brothers, and they all looked like they was royalty, man. Solomon was the richest king of them all, man, and the wisest. Read what you got. He reading.
Yet among many nations were there no king like him.
There was no king like Solomon. And read on.
Who was beloved of his God.
He was beloved of the Most High. The Most High loves Solomon, man. Our power, our God, Yahweh loves Solomon. Read on.
And God made him king over all Israel.
And God made him king over all Israel. Solomon was king over all 12 tribes. Read on.
Nevertheless,
read on.
Even
Solomon. Read on. Nehemiah is letting them know, like, nigga, even Solomon. Nevertheless, read on.
Nevertheless, even him did outlandish women cause to sin.
Did even what?
Cause to sin.
Even outlandish what?
Outlandish women.
Outlandish women caused him to sin. Outlandish women caused him to sin. Meaning even Solomon, meaning leave these heathens alone. Read verse 27.
Verse 27. Shall we then hearken unto you to do all this great evil, to transgress against our God and marrying strange wives?
God called this a great evil, man. Nehemiah is saying this is a great evil and transgressing our God and marrying strange wives, man. It is a great evil that we do by marrying these heathen women, man. It is a great evil. You know what that does to the morale of our sisters, man? Sisters, you know what it does to brothers, man, when you go and transgress this and do this great evil and marrying heathens, man. If I could, I'd buy the last one. Give me Tobit 4:12. Okay. And then we out of here. Give me Tobit chapter 4 and verse 12. This is a great evil, man. A great evil. I got it right by the part. It's a great evil that the Lord is saying that we did, man, and marrying strange wives. It is an evil thing to do, marrying these heathen, man. All these fine sisters out here, all these brothers out here for you, sis, y'all better stop playing. Y'all better stop playing. And for you sisters out here that say it ain't no good brothers, you ain't looking hard enough. You need to come into the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. You want to find a good brother, sis, you best to come into the ISUPK. And brother, if you saying it ain't no good sisters out here, you ain't looking hard enough either. Because there's excellent sisters here in the Israelite School of UPK.
Right.
The best, the very best. Read what you got, Ibad.
This is the book of Tobit, chapter 4 and verse 12.
Mm-hmm.
Beware of all whoredom.
Beware of all whoredom. Beware of all whoredom. Meaning, don't be out here being a whoremonger. Don't be out here being a whore, sis. Brother, don't be a whoremonger. Read on.
My son,
Mm-hmm.
and chiefly take a wife of the seed of thy fathers.
Of Esau.
Of thy fathers.
Of the other nations.
Of thy fathers.
Of thy fathers. Take a wife of the seed of thy fathers, man. Take a rib, man, a woman that is of your own, man. We got 12 different flavors from Judah down to Issachar. Read on.
And take not a strange woman to wife.
And take not a what?
Strange woman to wife.
Meaning, don't take a heathen to wife. Don't take a strange woman to wife. Don't take the oppressor's daughter. Don't take the Asian, the African, the East Indian. Don't take, you know what I mean, the Pacific Islanders. Read on.
Which is not of thy father's tribe.
Which is not of your father's tribe. Which is not of our people. Not of the 12 tribes of Israel. Read on.
For we are the children of the prophets.
We are the what?
Children of the prophets.
We are the children of the prophets. Black man, Latino man, and woman. We are the children of the prophets. Read on.
Noah, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, my son, that our fathers from the beginning, even that they all married wives of their own kindred.
They all married wives of their own kindred, man. It's important, man, to marry our own women, man. Got 12 different flavors, black man, Latino man, and woman. And now is the time to us to rebuild these black families. These families are being rebuilt here in the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, man. Commander General Yohan, under the grace of the Most High in Christ, is rebuilding black, Latino, and First Nation families, man. Marriages last here in the UPK because they blessed by the Most High, man. And with that, black man, go ahead, Ibud.
Speaking on interracial marriage in Genesis, when during the times of Noah, when the sons of God slept with the daughters of men, the earth was flooded because of interracial marriage.
Give Ibahayah a hand, because what Ibahayah is bringing out is heavy. The Lord flooded the earth because of that, because the sons of God went out there and was marrying heathen women, and the Lord said, we ain't doing that. The Lord flooded the earth for that, man, because of interracial marriage, man, which goes to show you, man, how important sex is, man. Sex is marriage. And you can't be out here having reckless sex with everybody. Black man, when you lay down with that black woman, understand that is now your wife. It is from death do you part. Sister, when you lay down with that brother, that black or Latino First Nation man, that is your husband, man. And guess what? Can't leave him. It's till death do you part. That's why it's important, man, that we have this 1 year rule, man, to get to know one another. Because the problem is these marriages don't last out here in the world, man. Marriage in the world lasts 6 months, maybe a year, being modest. But here in the UPK, serving the Most High, doing what the Lord said to do, man, under our King Yahweh Shah Mashiach, these marriages last.
Right.
And with that being said, man, I'm priest and officer of 1,000 Yadai. This is Ash Ye the Prophets. This is my main man, Officer Ibad Hayah. Make sure y'all tune in next week. 12 Chill General Mayaka Allah will be in the building. Make sure y'all continue, you know what I mean, to send your questions in. And I want to implore all of you to pay your tithes.
That's right.
You need to be paying your tithes to Commander General Yohan and the ISUPK. You give it Pastor Ruffin and TD Jakes, you know what I mean, and Creflo Dollar all the goddamn money, and they out there spending the money, being sexual deviants on cocaine and all whatever, destroying our people, where we are using these funds, man, to help God's chosen people, the black, Latino, and First Nation man and woman. This is Ash Ye the Prophets, man, and we saying shalom.
Shalom.
Dear Lord, I hope you hear my prayers. Because we
make a
really,
reference to the
really
parking
need
lot.
you down here. From all the pain that we going through, we know that you real, so can you fall through? Father, have mercy when we call on you.
Before he say yeah. About 5 minutes.
Waiting and to play with. I raise my children up to say the same shit. Dear Lord, I hope you hear my prayers, because we really, really need you down here. From all the pain that we going through, we know that you're real, so can you fall through? Father, have mercy when we call on you. But I just wanna fall on you, to show the devils you ain't nothing to play with. I raise my children up to say the same shit.
Yeah. Go ahead. Come on, West. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Look, I keep it loyal to the T. UBK play for keeps. Ain't shit sweet, got soldiers on deck, and my youngin' did a sweep. This a whole nother way. Tell him get the fuck off the beach. I'm in the field with the cleats. He ain't one of us, he a breach. Nigga, come through all black gully jack, man. All them niggas gon' retreat. Come through all black gully jack, man. All them niggas gon' retreat. I'm in the field with the cleats. He ain't one of us, he a breach. Come through all black gully jack, man. All them niggas gon' retreat. Man, this shit is too easy. I'm on gold, but they don't believe me. You know I'm winning with the team. Screaming Vinny, 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 Vision. Hear them devils screaming out bloody murder. I'm about to close the curtain. Mama grind, bitch, and work. Sorry, all them lies, it ain't working. Them niggas weak, they be churchin'. I'm a West nigga, that's for certain. If he cross the line, I'ma back up and I'ma hit his ass with his virus. And I come through 300 strong, 144 Leonidas. All my niggas we eat. I'm in this bitch with the itis. Say, all y'all do the sweet. Jay Ollie do the sweet. If a nigga made the wrong move, he make his ass obsolete. He ain't one of us, hit the lead. He ain't one of us, he a breach. Come through all black gully jack, man. All them niggas go retreat. Look, I keep it loyal to the T. UBK play for keeps. Ain't shit sweet, got soldiers on deck, and my youngin' did a sweep. This a whole nother wave. Tell him get the fuck off the beach. I'm in the field with the cleats. He ain't one of us, he a breach. Nigga, come through all black gully jack, man. All them niggas gon' retreat. Come through all black gully jack, man. All them niggas gon' retreat. I'm in the field with the cleats. He ain't one of us, he a breach. Come through all black gully jack, man. All them niggas gon' retreat.
You see this look that's on my face, bitch, I'm for real with it. I hit the streets, put on my cleats, was in the field with it. You soft as cotton, just an actor, Uncle Phil with it. And then my target's on the move, but I can still hit it. Hey, I speak true cause it's necessary. Gullah Jack revolutionary. Cold on them like January. Commander General is a visionary. Soul food, no sweets. Your preacher man, he's sweet. Matter of fact, he weak. It's wartime for peace. Think you hard, nigga, you ain't. Fuck with us, nigga, you can't. You smart cars, we tanks. We form up in ranks. We body bag this rap shit. All black, no bright shit. Real life, no cap, bitch. Fall on them, that's cap shit.
I keep it loyal to the T. UBK play for keeps. Ain't shit sweet, got soldiers on deck, and my youngin' did a sweep. This a whole nother wave. Tell him get the fuck off the beach. I'm in the field with the cleats. He ain't one of us, he a breach. Nigga, come through all black gully jack, man. All them niggas gon' retreat. Come through all black gully jack, man. All them niggas gon' retreat. I'm in the field with the cleats. He ain't one of us, he a breach. Come through all black gully jack, man. All them niggas gon' retreat. Go ahead.